We forgot how to podcast. We were just talking about how good we're getting at this.
But guess what?
By the way, didn't have my makeup mirror tonight. I'm going as a drag queen. Not even done.
Need more contouring.
Yeah, I know. You know what I have noticed? So I was using the Benefit Hula Girl bronzer to contour my jawline. And herein lies the problem with that. I suddenly started reacting to it. But then I was watching clips today. And if I don't contour your girl, what is something that has like a
octopus?
It's not an octopus, like a
I don't know what that. I don't know what is that. I
it's
don't
like
know
a bloated, deformed situation.
You said you were like a drag queen. How's your tuck? How's your tuck in?
If I took a tuck, I would tuck it all the way inside. Welcome to Marital Hate. I'm Stacey.
I am Doug.
We're married.
This is Marital Hate.
Yeah, we don't hate each other. You're supposed to know that.
We don't hate each other.
We don't. Not even a little.
It's called irony. Is it irony or sarcasm? I don't know what it's called. It's one of those things that it's a misnomer. But sometimes we do hate each other, and it doesn't last long.
But I got to tell you, we are still very much figuring out this podcasting. Like sometimes we really suck at it. Sometimes we're really good at it. You just don't know what you're gonna get. But here's the thing: the people that watch a podcast night after night become master haters. You're just a little baby hater right now, and maybe one day you'll become a master hater. But
if you eat your vegetables,
that's not really what we ask you to do with your vegetables. Yeah, we do. We ask you to eat vegetables here. Can I tell you something? I don't like it at this angle.
All right, well,
because at that
you're
angle,
the one at the bad angle.
I look like a giant, and you look like a midget. I would rather look like the midget, but I don't.
I am a giant man.
No, but I feel enormous. Like you're.
Well, I was liking this because look at the purple sunset.
That's better than what it was because it was like up close. Stacey, here's her nostrils.
All right.
Like she's not. Honestly, I was fine with being on camera, but I had all kinds of women make nasty comments. Women.
Fuck those bitches.
Women. Thanks. I would never do that to you.
That's what I'm saying. Speaking of women, well, our first is Platy, the polyamorous platypus, who's not a woman, as evidenced by his photo.
Yeah, no, we actually saw a photo of him the other day. We're not allowed to share it, but he did not look like I thought he was going to look.
What did you think he was going to?
Did
you expect a clean-shaven platypus-looking?
I was expecting like
guy with a beak.
I was expecting like a almost like a Gen Z kind of like androgynous kind of like just younger.
Yeah.
And by the way, I like him so much more now because like before I thought he was just going to be like some fake like kind of idiot, but he's like a real person.
Well, because he was using like millennial and Gen Z kind of words like
he does know the
polyamorous
and Gen Z words, but he's like a real person. And I'm really excited about it.
But
I'm excited
we're glad you're here.
Real turns me on. This sky is crazy, and it's raining.
And it's raining. Yeah,
this is what we get in the rain.
We don't know what the hell's happening.
I kind of want to dance in the rain right now. I might.
All right, go ahead. Daniel's here. I'm sorry, Randall. We have so many Daniels. Randall's here. Tracy's here saying happy hump day, peeps. Tracy, she says that you guys look great. We're hoping. Are you feeling any better today, Tracy? Because we're worried about you again. The Mother Master is here, which is apparently Anne is calling herself the Mother Master. The Mother Master. But we do have the Madam, right? Tracy is the Madam of the people. And then Nicole is here, of course. Hey, now I'm in TikTok jail. Can't go live tonight. What the hell did you do?
Okay, can I tell you? I did not understand your TikTok. What was that? Sorry, I want to support you.
We like it.
We're there, and you sent me a message in your life, and I'm like, shit. I've been working. We both have all day. I was in the pool. I worked. I was on the toilet. I worked. I was on the sofa. I worked. I was in agony. I worked on the podcast. Didn't get dressed. See?
Same as yesterday.
No, this isn't the same as yesterday. It's a clean one.
Oh, really? It's clean.
Yeah, but I didn't shower today. I did go in the pool.
Look at you're all covered in rain.
I did. I know I did that on purpose. I like being wet.
Okay. No.
So but like, oh my God, I lost my train of thought. By the way, the weed is already kicked in. Don't be like, oh, drugs are bad. I have a health issue. I've been diagnosed with Lyme 10 years ago. So doing this podcast has been really a challenge. We push and push and push. And then I'm too sick to do anything. And then the entire time while we're doing the podcast, Doug's working on his music. He's my caretaker. He cooks all of the meals.
Trying to get some design work going.
Getting some design work, more design work going. his record. Everybody's been responding really well to it. We're doing more and more press with that. Taking care of me, and of course the podcast. And right now we have house guests, but our house guests went to Disney World.
Yeah, lucky them.
I wouldn't want to go.
Wait, would you rather be here with us or at Disney?
Well, I always want to be with us, but I want to be with us in cool places sometimes. Yeah. But I'm glad they're going. They got to go for free. They knew a guy who knew a guy. Good for them. So
I wonder if they'll come home with a hyena.
But they do, like I said yesterday, they do Disney differently than we do.
Yep. Oh yeah.
And that there's nothing wrong with that. I just don't do that. And then like they're laid back about it.
Yeah,
and they like
everybody does themselves.
The eating there is not like a big part of their agenda. And like for me, I am like OCD, not planned it out to the last letter, which most people do not enjoy on vacation. You could go to Disney with me, or you could climb Everest. Same amount of work.
Deal. Same amount of steps.
And by the way, just as much in my backpack. Am I kidding? Like, how much do I put in a Disney park bag?
And everything's super organized. There's a bag of lemon powder. There's a bag of essential oils. There's a bag. Oh, and then this bag of like sundry medicines. Mm-hmm. And then you'll ask for something like, oh, I need a Band-Aid. Well, that's in the
Band-Aids.
The Band-Aids are going to be in like the carrot bag. I brought carrots just in case anyone's eyesight got bad.
In any case,
lunatic.
My friends were like, they're super chill, like like too low maintenance for
anybody is super chill compared to you.
You think so?
Yes.
No, like they haven't complained, they haven't broken anything.
No, but they're just Southern. They're Southerners. We're Northerners.
Dude, I know that they like and like they're like
kind of crazy.
They're like they're more conservative. They're just way more conservative than we are, and just in life, and that's fine. That's fine. But it's interesting because we've been friends for 30 years, and I have not heard her curse a couple times while she's been here, but not much. And I curse constantly, and I tried to cut back a little bit, but I'm like, they're 16 and 24. Like, if I say fuck, it's my house. I said fuck. And I'm not like looking to offend anybody, but I'm also, I got to be me.
You got to be me.
And also, I
got to be me.
It's interesting because I find with America's youth, you're more effective when you curse.
It's possible.
Although that may not be the case for some people. But yeah, usually America's youth, they enjoy the cursing.
Mm. Well, I like to hold it back and emphasize with it. That's what I like to do. We have a little bit more. We have Anne says she's the mother master because she's the oldest mother. And then Nicole says we were doing a match. Whoever got the most gifts within 3 minutes wins. We don't know what gifts and how to give them, so sorry we couldn't help you. Who won the Quidditch game? You won, right?
Oh, yeah, a match. Whoever got so it was just like somebody gave you gifts and you just had to see who gave you the most. Because it was like she was knitting and you were a twerking llama, and I didn't understand it.
She was twerking?
No, it was like a little animation.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
So I don't understand these things that are on TikTok.
Yeah, we don't know. Explain them to us.
Please explain them to me like I'm an idiot.
So she asked who won the cribbage game. I believe it was you, right? I believe it was a close game.
No, you won.
I won?
Yeah, you pegged at the end.
Oh, I pegged at the end. Yeah, baby.
Was that last 31 for 2?
I don't know. And then Tracy says the sky behind us is beautiful. Yeah, it's raining, but like somehow we got some cool purpley colors.
The sky is all purple. There are people running everywhere.
My mind said prepare
in
to
Marshfield. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on there. Randall drove 432 miles today. Could you be a little more specific, Randall? Because like
I love driving. I will drive anytime, especially if it's.
And he's here with us.
If I drive anything but my Jeep, I complain the entire time that I'd rather drive my Jeep. Like anything.
Absolutely.
But even that little BMW, like I really love that fucking thing.
Yeah.
But I was like, my Jeep has.
I'm kind of thinking I'm going to try and talk you into taking the Volvo up to Bradenton or wherever we're going for the Muck Sticky show, because that way, when we come home at night and it's raining like it is now, we won't have a problem.
That is the meanest thing you have ever said to me.
I want to wrap you in Swedish luxury and safety and refinement.
I could cry right now. Do you really think I'm going to go to the Muck Sticky show in a fucking Volvo? My Jeep has Muck Sticky stickers all over it.
What do you think? He's going to come out to the parking lot? This beat up Jeep has stickers on it.
Yes, maybe I'll get lucky and he'll pee in the passenger seat. I peed in the passenger seat of someone's Jeep once smoking weed. This is not a good makeup look for me. I look like a drag.
Nicole was playing around with filters. Randall says he was working on getting her 20,000 likes on her live.
I appreciate that.
And
Thank
then,
you.
He said on her, meaning Nicole's. Oh. I was also doing some oracle card reading.
Well, I have the I have two different ones, but my friend Anne,
mother hater or whatever she calls
she's calling herself. I don't know where that came from, and I don't know if she's the mother, but
hater of mothers.
I'll go with it for now. We'll see. Sure, okay. Jackie Fitzgerald Gordon's over on Instagram. So I don't know if you know this, but we can see when you're watching us on Instagram.
We can
Instagram
see.
Instagram is cool because we can see that you're there, right?
Come over to Facebook.
But you can't comment, but we can't pull your comments up on stage. And then you get to be friends with all these awesome people. So they're all over. We've got a bunch on TikTok. Sorry, Twitter. We're about to be on TikTok. We're trying to figure that out. Actually, I'm going to run this by you guys. So anyway, we got a bunch of you on Twitter X. That's been blowing us up. Thank you so much, Twitter X. And Elon Musk, we love you. Come on over.
Normally, she hates Elon.
No, I don't. Never hate Elon.
I thought you hated him with those fancy electric cars that are ruining the planet.
I have issue with electric cars, but I don't have an issue with Elon if he wants to make a car and sell it. But I have problems with legislation that requires people switch to electric vehicles or companies stop manufacturing fuel-powered vehicles. I don't think that they make sense. I have a lot of points, but that's not where I was going with this.
Okay, go.
Where I was going was there's a lot of fucking people watching. Not as many as last night or the night before, but there's a lot.
Still early.
So, a lot of them are coming from Twitter lately. And the thing about it is on Twitter, they can see us and maybe they make a comment, but their comments, we can't see them while we're doing the podcast.
Right.
And we can't pull them up on screen. I guess I could. Technically, I'd have to find a meter. I'd have to have my camera set up, my windows set up better. It'd be more complicated than it
We're only into this for a year. We haven't really bought any equipment like fancy cameras or mics or anything like that.
We literally,
lights.
It's funny because my friend was like, "Well, if you guys need money, have Doug do like video graduations and like weddings and stuff." And I'm like,
doing that
with what?
Well, my VHS camcorder
with
from
his
like
phone?
the early 90s.
We use our laptops. We use our laptops and two little. Doug's got a cracked plastic shoebox that has seashells in it. And I have one of those clear box organizer things, my iPad, and the lanai. Sometimes I get.
What else in it? And the rainy Florida sky behind us.
Oh, and we have this fan to help with my hot flashes,
which I stole from my brother.
I had another one, but the other. Well, he'll never know because he doesn't watch the podcast.
That's right, he won't know.
I have another one, but I think it's shorted out. Doug thinks it just needs batteries.
This fan, it used to be better. I actually use this fan to blow on the tubes of my guitar amp while I'm playing gigs, because the guitar amp tubes will heat up, and you need to keep them nice and cool.
Are they supposed to heat up?
Some people have that problem, but I have not replaced the tubes in that amp, and I've had it for 14 years. So there you go. What are you doing now?
Going blind because I just got this in my eye.
Yeah, I don't know what. Wait, now you got a bunch of gold on one eye. Do you want me to help you? I feel like I need to help you. I feel like you're Helen Keller.
Well, I'm too
trying to put makeup on.
I'm too high, and I think I just got it in my eye. Doug's gonna fix my makeup for me.
Right, hold on.
So anyway, so Doug and I, we've been married for like 11 years, as some of you may know, and we spend pretty much every waking minute together. And it has turned us into basically monkeys. We groom each other. It's really weird. Actually, do I have like a zit on my back?
No, I think I've look. Take a look.
That's much better, don't you think? But I feel like it's in my eye. You're gonna color on yourself too?
Oh, sure.
I lent Annika my what do you call it?
Mirror. So what do you call it?
Anyway, that's a little bit better.
Well, it's a little bit more blended in than it was. It's funny on camera, it looks crazy, but in real life, you can't tell the difference. It looks just like the other eye.
What are you gonna do? No, both eyes are supposed to be the same.
That's what I was trying to do, but on camera they look different. In real life, they look the same.
You know what it is?
It's your fault.
It's a highlighter and it's catching the light.
Aha. We need other lights over here.
We need
to
hair
catch
and
the
makeup.
other lid.
What we need is a full-time stylist that does hair and makeup and picks our clothes. And we need a full-time show producer and a full-time personal assistant and a full-time chef and a full-time
pimping ain't easy.
A full-time caregiver for me and a full-time booker for you, George.
A booker.
And
I thought you
like Booker T.
I thought you just mispronounced Booker.
You're not getting a hooker.
Hooker. Actually, one of the clips I did today from episode 8. Go ahead, get a hooker. It was very funny.
Something I would say. I will say this: we are all over the place today.
We kind of are.
Very hard to make clips, so we're really having a hard time figuring out what the fuck we're supposed to do. I just see Gemini say, "Yep, the lightning."
The lighting.
Oh, the lighting.
Yep, it's the lighting. LOL. She was a makeup artist.
Yeah. Normally, I put my makeup on in front of a mirror.
That was my first time.
And I led to Donica, and I'm happy that I did it, but it's fucked me up. But
that was the first time I've ever brushed makeup on your face at all. But it looked like you were gonna injure your eye.
Should we play a night where Doug does my makeup?
Oh, that would be good. Maybe, yeah, I'd do that. You cut me out a picture from a magazine. Well, first you got to find a mag. They sell magazines anywhere?
Yeah, but I don't look like a model, and those women are all airbrushed. I look
like. I've seen those models. Well, so of course, when you pull your neck and you go like this, you look terrible. Look at me. I even look bad when I do that. And like, look at me normal. I'm looking good.
What you see, what they're seeing right now is what you see when I go. Bleh. So God knows what they see when I do that. I don't know
what they see. I don't know what they see.
Fucked up. I can't. Watching the footage is so stressful.
So apparently Randall did 12 jobs today. He was in his mom's 2023 Chevy Equinox. And I think he said something about yours too, meaning he's promoting our show.
Thank you.
But so the 12 jobs, is that like an Uber Eats situation, or is that like driving packages around? Like I don't know what job. If you did 12 different jobs, like if you were like a lawyer, a stock boy, a fisherman, lobsterman, like if those 12 jobs in one day, that would be impressive.
I don't know.
It's still impressive whatever you did. You did 12 of them. I hardly did any. I was working on the podcast all day.
That's literally all we did. Podcast. Oh, and I got something in my eye, and Doug tried to help me. And I still have the sex injury from Sunday, so I've been in agony all day. And I thought I took the 800 milligram Motrin. I did not.
I handed it to her in her hand, and then I don't know if I took it. So anyway, injury. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, so it's a sex injury, and I'm not appreciating it, to be completely honest with you.
Has anybody out there had a sex injury? Because we'd love to hear about it, because I think it would be.
No, I think we're gonna have to stop having sex. Every time Doug goes down on me lately, I come really hard, and I do this like weird thing where my left butt and like hip, like I tense it up so much, and then but it feels like it's in the muscle. Like it feels like it's not in the muscle, in the bone. Like it feels like it's in the joint. It hurts so much. It was literally walking with a limp today.
So my new tagline is pleasure to the bone.
Well, I'm saying that
right down to the bone.
What I'm saying is that, you know, he made that whole thing where you did the Cards Against Humanity case, and you did a post on your work stuff about all you've accomplished. What you can say is, my wife now walks with a limp thanks to me, and it's completely true. Completely true.
Again, sorry, not sorry. What am I supposed to make sure you've had your shots before we do anything?
I don't know.
Have you had your shots? Your B12? She says it's an ass cramp. Oh, she's had an ass cramp. Ooh. That could put a damper on things. Oh, Randall says taking pictures of businesses.
That's cool.
I was going to say to knock over. That'd be good.
Could we get a cut of that? We could use the money.
Oh, we know a guy who stole an ATM.
So should we invest? Oh, actually, does anybody have a GoPro they're not using? That would be super cool, because I would like to try to get the dolphins on. What do you call it? You know, there's two ways we could do this.
Yes.
We could play it straight.
Yep.
Right, like we wear a GoPro, we go in the water.
You go in the water, dolphin comes up.
Or
yeah,
I could just like mount it, smack dab my cleavage, and then put cleavage cam and
cleavagecam.com. Like, yeah, I think you could OnlyFans that thing. Although you're looking at what cleavage looks at, and that's usually a guy going like, ooh. That's kind of what normally happens with cleavage. You want the opposite cam. You want,
I don't know,
pointing at.
I just think that I like, listen, the one thing I've got going for me is tits. And
you've got more than that. You've got more than that.
Dolphin friends, and I can make a very nice Thanksgiving meal. Would anybody like me to come to cook Thanksgiving?
They do, because nobody likes cooking.
You know what? Here's the thing. I would do a giveaway next year
where you go and
where I will go and cook Thanksgiving dinner for you and up to 20 of your guests. No, I mean, I feed 20 or 30.
You have 20 pages of notes. I don't know how many people you serve.
It probably cost me $500 to cook the meal.
Just for the notes alone.
It cost me $500.
Oh, now that you have ChatGPT, imagine the notes that you'll have, the accuracy of the notes.
I don't trust ChatGPT for my Thanksgiving plans. Thank you. ChatGPT still can't figure out that Twitter only has 280 characters. I've told it 500 fucking times.
You're now in a fight.
I'm going to ask ChatGPT how many times I've fucking told it that.
So Platypus says that the GoPro has got to be in the jiggly area.
Right?
There's got to be some jiggly stuff.
But how do you do that?
Dolphins don't look like they jiggle at all. You ever see an obese dolphin? No.
I want to be a dolphin. Or just like a normal person. No, I don't want to be a normal person.
Nicole says, Hakuna Matatas.
I wish I was either.
That's very funny.
I wish I was. That is very funny. Hakuna Matatas. I wish I was either like a person that was just like took the blue pill, was normal, worked at a job, liked to go to the store.
That would bore me.
Watched your TV and had some nice friends in the HOA. You know, I wish I was one of those people sometimes, but I want to be completely brain dead like them. And then I want to, not that you're all brain dead, just, you know, that's the impression.
You know, if you're brain dead, you'd get a helper
mind,
monkey that you want.
In my mind, I would have to be brain dead to live that life. If you enjoy it, that's cool. But for me to live that life, I would have to be brain dead. And I tried to live that life, but I can't.
You tried with the Brooks Brothers.
I tried. I did not wear Brooks Brothers at any point, but I did try. I wore a suit to work, like for a long time. I worked for a fucking insurance.
I couldn't even imagine what you look like in a suit.
There's pictures.
Don't even know what you.
There's probably not any pictures. Nobody cares about me. No one cares about me.
Oh, you look nice. Leave. That's like what was it like that?
No one ever said I look nice.
No, it was all. See,
I
always tell you you look
like
nice.
The people that I was.
Tracy tells you look nice. Half the people here tell you look nice.
The people that I was close to, you know, like my kids, and they're my kids, right? And of course, the partners that I picked were not good partners.
Not good.
I don't really have parents, and my grandparents would sometimes say something nice, but more often than not would have like another item that I could fix, which I have realized is a habit I have inherited myself, that I always want to make things a little bit better. Because that's like the perfectionist in me, which I've been, actively trying to avoid for like a while now.
Yes.
Have you noticed that?
Yes.
Like, it was funny because like having house guests is a perfect example. So they're like, should we put a coaster down? And I'm like, we don't care. And it's a small thing, but like it's a small thing, but it's like it's just an example.
Oh, and if I had nice stuff and they put
10 years ago
stuff down without a coaster, I'd be mad.
Well, let's put it this way: I bought coasters when we moved here.
Yeah,
but I don't care. Well, I don't care if I had like really nice tables.
Facebook Marketplace is always going to have another $15 table to use.
Well, those two tables were $10, so and I hate them.
And we drove to Lehigh to get them.
I hate them.
We're lucky we survived.
That was a train wreck.
I'm just kidding. Lehigh, we love you.
Did you know we rented a trailer?
Yeah.
And drove
to Naples.
And
the lady reneged
had already sold it. And then we drove to Lehigh to buy those two tables for $20 that are shitty fucking tables that we can't fucking stand. And then it was either 10 or 20. I think it was 20 total, but whatever. They were cheap as shit.
Yeah.
Her dad worked at a hotel and her name was Stacy. My name is Stacy. So whatever. Okay. So then we go to buy the pressure washer and we don't even know if it fucking runs.
We didn't. Yeah, we never got it started.
And it's because I was supposed to get an electric pressure washer. How the fuck was I supposed to know? And I bought a diesel one. And so we put it at the curb and somebody came and took it.
Hey, somebody was
$75 and completely wasted. And then the rental of the U-Haul, but we did get the two end tables.
Wow, we have that. And then the end tables in the guest room.
Yeah.
Are a combination of giant, thick wood and metal.
I love those.
They look nice, but they are crazy heavy. And we picked them up at some place in the dark that had a dog.
It was pitch black.
And they had them up near the house, and I had to go. And the dog was in the screen porch, and I didn't think I was going to make it out of there.
Sorry. And driving around in a place, by the way, we had
no idea where we were.
Everybody complains about the driving here because it's like 8 lanes of traffic in like major roads. Like any major road, 8 lanes of traffic. Our street, You've heard it. It's like the fucking Indy 500. It's a side street. Like, we live on a corner of a side street. It should only be the cars in this neighborhood. There's people that cut through, and sometimes the people in the neighborhood are fucking assholes. We drive speed limit in the neighborhood. Actually, we drive usually half the speed limit in the neighborhood.
Yeah, because we're looking for owls.
If I'm really in a hurry, I will drive the speed limit, but I will never drive a mile over the speed limit. I wonder if they must have seen owls this morning.
Oh, they had to have. Yeah, there were so many owls yesterday.
But they would have driven. So they would have only gone down that way, and there aren't any over there.
Yeah, maybe.
They might have seen some on the corner, or maybe I don't think they're going to see any.
It's Florida. You never know what they're going to see.
They'll probably see, and even in the morning when they come back, they'll come back. Well, I'm assuming they're coming back in the morning. They left at like 5:24 this morning. So
I didn't know if they were going to come back in the wee hours of the night. That's what I expected. That they'd go to the park till what was closed 8, 9. They come back. That's a 3-hour drive. So anyway, that's our day today.
Is there like a dog howling?
I don't know what's going on over there.
It sounds like it's being abused. I hope people aren't abusing the dog.
Welcome to Florida.
No, that's not a Florida thing. Don't do that.
Yeah, there's no rules.
Listen, it's fine when we say something that's funny about Florida, but to make it look like people in Florida abuse animals, like that's not a stereotype I want to be a part of. And like, by the way, in the state of Florida, we have some of the strictest animal welfare laws in the country.
Yeah, you can't. Apparently, you can't take an alligator into a convenience store.
No, they'll take you to jail.
You can't lift them up, put them over your shoulder, and take them in.
I'm at 10%.
Well, I'm at more percent.
Okay,
I'll go get you a chart.
No, I don't need one. I mean, I guess I can.
No,
no one.
You're gonna need to look something up.
By the time it dies, it won't matter.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna let my phone die.
But you have some. Oh yeah, I think I made one of the social clips about you jiggling your boobies, and that people would tune in for that.
I haven't gotten very far on that, but I'm working on it. So I wanted to. I started talking about the ChatGPT thing.
Yeah,
I got to tell you, sometimes it's very helpful. Like we use it for writing hashtags, but sometimes it misses the mark, and I am not always good about proofreading because, again, chronic illness and podcasts. I'm trying so hard right now. What we're doing is the posts in a batch. And then we're trying to line content up in the batch so that only we do social interactions and the podcast every night. We get 2 nights off, but we work every day on it. And if I have a sick day, it's really rough. And I've had a lot of days where I haven't been able to do anything, and that's
I want you to listen to your
momentum.
I want you to listen to your body. I don't want you to listen to the podcast. I want you to listen to your body and rest when you need it. And recoup, and then you can do your stuff.
So when you have a chronic illness like I do, my primary diagnosis is Lyme, but it's like a mile thick. And I'm saying this not to be like, it sucks, but it's Lyme Disease Awareness Month, and you think it's like, oh, you have a tick, you pull it off, and you go on 2 weeks of antibiotics and you're fine. And that's what I thought too. And when I actually got my Lyme diagnosis, I was so happy because I was like, oh, 2 weeks of antibiotics, I'll be totally fine. And then we found out that
2 weeks later,
not the truth. If you have a case that hasn't been treated properly, you can get a debilitating illness. It's often misdiagnosed as ALS, MS, you name it, Parkinson's, all these other diseases. So I've had Lyme basically since I was a kid. I got diagnosed in 2013. And after I had been disabled for quite some time, to be honest with you. And so Doug's been, this happened right after we got married, like 2 weeks after we got married. Like right after we got married. And
maybe I'm the problem. Do you ever think of that?
Yeah, you're trying to kill me. For the life insurance money.
So
I have a good life insurance policy.
I shouldn't blame you for hiding behind your illness.
Listen, let me tell you something. Why anyone would, if anybody knew how awful illness was, they would know. You can't, like, I don't know what to say. You can't fake it. Like you can't fake what I go through. I mean, listen, Kristen was here, ask her. But like, and I'm sure she doesn't want to go on camera, and that's fine. But nobody wants to be associated with our riffraff. And I'm not saying her specifically. I'm saying people in general.
In general, it's probably a wise career move.
Yeah, we're having a rough time getting guests that align with us in terms of I think we might just have to have Alan night.
Alan, yeah,
Alan's fucking awesome.
Once a month,
guy.
Maybe we'll have him.
I'd even do once a week with Alan.
So, are you done with your ChatGPT thing?
Oh, I was just going to ask it how many times, and I told it how many times. But the bottom line is, it's not taking anybody's jobs just yet, but it can be a useful tool.
Although it doesn't make amazing illustrations of
it does
spiders chasing our
friends. Think about ways that ChatGPT can make your life easier, or other AI functionality. Find ways that AI can make your life easier, so you can focus on things that AI cannot do. If you do that now, if the robots take over, you're going to be in a position where you can take care of yourself, and you might just do very, very well. Think about what's going to happen in the next few years with AI and the need for blue collar workers, like, people who do construction and HVAC and electrical and plumbers. Like project management, construction management. No, I don't think. I think a lot of management is going to be handled by machines.
Well, there's a lot of apps now that kind of like help with the scheduling and the time on task, all that stuff. So there's a lot of that.
I think things are going to shift from entire teams down to like project managers and like a skeleton crew. Like, I think you're going to see teams of 20 people go down to like teams of 3. If they're smart.
The robots are taking over, folks.
Yeah, but that's why we as a society have to shift. So my hippie bullshit, it benefits us not just in the sense of like feeling good about ourselves and doing well for the planet and nature. And
I
have a tirade.
Oh, you're gonna keep going?
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
All right. So we're not just doing well in terms of our, ourselves and the planet, and, whatever. Like, I just want to live a life that I can be proud of, and I want to live a life I feel good about. And I try to do that. Of course, we're, just starting off on this podcast. We're just trudging along on the podcast. Doug's just released an album. He's got all his design stuff. I got my chronic illness. Like, we're doing our best, just like everybody else. But that's the thing that brings us all together, right? Is that everybody has their own struggle. I know a shitload of you have chronic illnesses. I know a shitload of you are struggling financially, or, feel like you have the support you need in your life. So I get it. Like, we're all here. Let's just be real with one another. Let's support each other. And I don't know where I was going with any of that.
And any robots out there?
It was
can fuck right off. There you go.
Actually, so that's what I was saying earlier, was that ChatGPT was so nice to me today.
Yes.
So remember, it was nice to me the other day about, it was like, that was really kind of you to do the Mother's Day. We always do our holiday special. So today I got, I got another compliment from the robot, and I like compliments from the robots. I will take a compliment from wherever I can get it.
All right.
So if I just have to type in ChatGPT, randomly give me compliments throughout the day, that would be lovely. Let's all do that. Let's all program AI to give us compliments throughout the day.
Well, I'm thinking that's
such a good use. Let's do that. Let's make that.
I agree with you. But I'm just going to point out that artificial intelligence is machine learning. So it learns. And Stacy has just taught it that a Volvo driver is called the Volvaroni. So now it knows that, and apparently that's what will be forever. It is written. Volvaroni. What are you doing over there?
Taking a note.
Okay, so what are you going to talk about on the screen?
So what I liked about this is that they told me that Stacy's wit adds so much fun to marital hate. Stacy's humor always shines through marital hate. Stacy always keeps us laughing on marital hate.
Doug.
I just feel good about myself.
Doug continues to improve.
I have not had this many affirmations in my entire life combined. I don't know. I never felt like anything I ever did was good enough. I always felt less
until the
than,
machines. And
now the robots are making me feel better. So leave me alone, okay? It's robots, weed, and sex, and jeeping, and muck sticky, and what else do I like? Dolphins.
That's tonight's quote. Robots make me feel better.
They do. Robots make me feel better. Why don't robots make you feel better?
They don't. Actually, when that thing in there vacuums the house, I feel better about that.
No, dude, we love that little fucker. There's a cricket.
Oh, Kristen is actually watching from Disney.
You should not be watching the podcast.
She says,
you're at Disney World.
At 10, stopping for gas, and yes, maybe 3.5 hours, so we'll be quite late.
We'll
so I was gonna stay up and make like tea and crumpets and serve you guys when you got in the door. But
Doug was so tired today, and I could not move. And it's just the same.
I could imagine. Yeah.
From my accident.
Yeah.
In the bedroom.
But it was super cloudy here today, and it was like super, like it never got very bright. It was kind of like a New England winter day here today.
And I would just like to state for the record,
degrees.
Please tell your lovely daughter, Annika. Annika, I love you so much, dear. This is how much I love you. The makeup mirror that I use every night to put my makeup on is with you because I didn't want you to have makeup problems at Disney World. And as a result, I look like a drag queen. There's one week we went to Florida to visit my mom's friend of 30 years. She's a drag queen. They have a dirty podcast. I'm not allowed to listen to it. Before you
Randall says we both look
Hang
good.
on a second.
Whoa.
Hang on a second. You need to listen to
this.
Oh,
she's not even.
So if she goes home and summarizes, we went on a nice vacation with my mom's friend from over 30 years ago or 29, whatever the fuck it is. It was a million years ago. And she's a drag queen who has a dirty podcast that I'm not allowed to watch. And he did a punk rock album recently.
Those are the coolest people I know right there.
But I'm just saying that it just.
So follow me here.
It looks crazy.
Kristen is at the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, and we're not
watching this. She might be on Small World, and we're introducing.
We could be in the Small World.
We're introducing our brand of whatever this is.
Come on, it's a Small World with me.
Wait, I'm trying to do the.
Now do the
I want to be the hippo, that like hippo thing that has one eye. Yeah, that's good. Last night we sang Feliz Cumpleaños in Spanish, which was Spanish.
That's not exactly how we sang it. We did send it to.
We did. We thought it was funny.
To Jose. So for those of you who don't know, Jose occasionally pokes into the podcast. He's stealthy though. He doesn't comment a ton. Although he's commented on Instagram, and of course the Instagram has been such a fucking nightmare. So anyway, I sent him a clip of the video of us singing "Happy Birthday" to him in English and Spanglish. Yeah. I don't think the song we sang was either English or Spanglish. Not good.
It was just offensive.
It was just about lollipops and beer and weed. That's what it was. Lollipops, beer, and weed. But I think that if anybody could appreciate lollipops, beer, and weed, it would be our birthday boy.
Yeah, right.
What birthday boy doesn't want lollipops, beer, and weed?
That's the best thing. So Tracy says to Kristen, have fun at Disney and tell my old boss Mickey I said hello and I miss him. He's not a real thing, right? He's just a cat. I just ruined it for the kids.
This is why Disney is not for children.
So
where's this podcast?
Gladys says that's a party. The beer, weed, and lollipops. That's a party. And Tracy says we have a new kitten in the house found in the bush at Beth mom's new house. What the hell's going on in Georgia where they're just growing cats in trees? Do they live in Cat Tree, Georgia? What are you saying?
I was just thinking about something.
Are you thinking that leave it to Tracy to find a pussy in a tree? Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of cats at Disney. They use them for mouse cleanups.
No, she's at Georgia. Her aunt found a kitten in a tree in the new house in Georgia.
I still have a photo of the pile of burnt remains. Can you please get that to me?
It was good stuff.
For those of you who did not see that episode, the pile of burnt remains is Tracy's brother's fiance's mom moved down to Georgia, and she's going to move in this house. And they get there for the walkthrough, and it's just completely trashed. There's shit in the driveway. There's like a disaster everywhere. And so they're like, what the fuck? We're supposed to be closing. This is the walkthrough. Like, why is this place not ready? And so they're like trying to renegotiate the contract and whatnot. Finally, they go through. House is all cleaned out. There's been a big old fire on the back lawn.
Was it front lawn or back lawn?
Burnt their shit. I don't know. I'm waiting for
Doesn't
pictures.
matter, really.
I'm really disappointed.
When I've been hanging around with you too long.
Can you can you AI that for me, please?
Yeah, I could probably do something like that. I actually tried to AI another picture of Tracy and Beck trying to get spiders out of the house, but it didn't come out great. I may have saved it. I don't remember if
that would be.
I'll see if I can pull it up. But what I've been hanging around you too long because when you said I need a picture of the burnt remains, I almost said Well, there's a picture of my mom in the living room. You're too high to do the show. You're
I don't know.
No, you're typing. You're not laughing at my jokes. I'm angry.
Hang on.
Where's the bell? Where's the bell?
Here.
Marital hate.
No,
you don't care about the bush kitty.
Listen to me. I want to hear your bush kitty, but I was writing down something because I didn't want to forget it. Because we keep forgetting to take notes.
I keep forgetting I'm not in.
We need a handler. We need a handler.
I'm gonna look for that photo, but I wanted to share a photo.
A lot of handlers. Go ahead.
You need tape for your mouth.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So let me just show this.
Handlers. And I wanted to hear what you were saying before.
This is very important to you.
Can you say it to me slow?
When you said you need a picture of the burnt remains, I said there's a picture of my mom in the living room. Because that's the kind of joke you would make about my dead parents.
I did not do that, though.
Yeah, but I've been with you too much, and I thought of it. God damn you.
You really do become the same person. By the way, did not wash the ocean out of my hair yesterday. I am still probably with like plankton in my hair.
And of course, Tracy says, what can I say? The pussy love me. Hey. Good thing you're a lesbian. All right. So you know how Stacy wants to get an RV and travel the country? And you also know how I am deathly afraid of tornadoes.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, let me show you what happened yesterday in Louisiana.
Yeah, that happens in places.
Now, this EF2, which is it's like hardly a tornado. It's just a swirly wind, lifted an RV and slammed it into another, killing a lady. And look, that there's your outline of the RV, and that's all the things that used to be the RV. I don't know where the lady ended up.
But hear me out. Hear me out.
I'm not going to hear you.
Hear me out.
That's
if
dangerous.
There's tornadoes coming, you leave.
Where are you going to go? You drive your RV into the path.
Well, when is tornado season?
Tornado season is all year in the Midwest and South.
So we won't go to the Midwest or South.
So what are we going to do? Hug the coast?
Apparently.
You leave.
Do you understand that you're like you need to chill the fuck out? You need weed.
Look at that. Did you see that? Just boom. Like a matchstick house.
What are you going to do? Spend your life in fear?
Maybe.
Do you know anybody that lives their life in fear that's happy?
Yes.
Who?
Fearmongers.
Do you know anybody who lives in their life in fear that's happy?
You're afraid of chemtrails.
Do you think that people who live their life in fear
I'm just saying happy? That, like, if that I don't see any houses blown up by an F2.
You should run for office. You can't answer a direct question. Do you?
Do I? Douglas.
I forgot the question.
Yeah. I'm glad. I'm gonna look.
I asked it like 4 times. It's not my fault that I'm high.
I'm gonna look for the other photo of Tracy that didn't come out good.
Hang on. How much pain was I in today?
A lot of pain.
And what did I have to do to get out of that amount of pain?
Take some cannabis.
What should I have done the moment I woke up?
You should have taken that Motrin that I gave you, but you left it on the goddamn floor.
I also should have taken cannabis this morning or heroin, but I can't find any.
Yeah, that might be a little
True
severe.
Story. My cannabis comes in these little syringes, and I just had one out on the coffee table, and people probably think it's heroin. It's weed, cannabis oil.
All right, I can find this.
You do not inject it.
No, you don't.
You dispense a tiny, tiny amount.
See if I can find this.
It's the most effective painkiller I've ever used.
It is. It's good.
And it's the most effective sleep aid I've ever used, depending on the strain. It's the most effective mood elevator I've ever experienced, but I've never tried anything that was like pharmaceutical. No. But yeah, I like to get the giggles. I don't like getting the munchies, which I am beginning to have. But in my defense, I was hungry before we started this. All right. So what does everybody have going on that we can... Oh, I have pictures are coming tomorrow.
Of the...
Yeah, I'm hoping we can get some pictures of Disney. I want to know what rides they went on. I want to know... Oh, go to Disney Springs. Shit, go to Disney Springs. Don't come straight home. Not that I don't want you to come home. I just want you to go to Disney Springs and check out the Lego shit.
Sorry for the dead air. She's writing. She's has a very important text to send right now.
I'm sorry. I thought you were doing something.
I'm trying to find the picture that I did.
You're getting mad at me.
Well, because this is a partnership.
I don't like when you look at me.
There's a partnership.
I understand.
And we're doing a podcast.
But you're like a lot right now.
Okay. I think you're on the weed.
Yeah, I'm on the weed, but I'm not the only one that's responsible for talking on the podcast. I've talked a whole bunch.
Well, I thought I was tossing it over to you while I looked for that photo.
I was not aware of that.
Okay. Well, I should be more aware of my tossing instructions.
Tracy says pictures are coming tomorrow of the fire on the lawn or the bloodbath in our lawn.
Fire in the hole.
Doug and I are going to kill each other. Filmed at 11. Then our podcast will go viral.
I have no energy to kill anybody.
Yeah, that's why you're being a grouch.
What?
Grouchy.
Okay.
Okay. So topics that we were supposed to cover tonight. Did you have anything specific?
I'm going to look at my notes.
So Billy from Peru was supposed to come on the podcast. Blew us off. I'm very sad. He was supposed to come on last week. Also blew us off. So I'm starting to get really annoyed with having guests. Nobody seems to follow through. So maybe we go back to maybe we need to look at our format and decide what we want to do differently. We do have some guests lined up, but our guest, our only guest that's actually shown up in a timely fashion has been Alan. So maybe we just have Alan on every week and we just pimp out the apothecary.
Can we call it Alan-on?
Why not? Actually, I think he's sober.
It might be. Shout out to Nick Williams, Randall, of course. Cheryl, go Bills. Cheryl's always coming up.
I like her.
She's always doing us a solid.
She's always on a cruise ship. She's using the cruise ship Wi-Fi. I hope she gets.
Oh.
They travel so much. They must get the free Wi-Fi package.
I wonder if it's like they go on a cruise ship because it's cheaper than buying a house. Yeah, like the people that figure that out.
Dude, actually, I was thinking that Kristen should do that with her father-in-law.
Send him off to sea. Oh, and then I saw some lady on one of the because I was doing research for the show on YouTube, and she's like, "I'm a cruise director. Here are the 3 things that I wouldn't do on a cruise." And then she goes on, like on the recipe where she
there's like hundreds of those videos.
And like when you get a recipe and then they're like, "Oh, well, the rutabaga was invented by Ben Franklin," whatever, and it goes on forever, and you got to scroll down for 20 minutes.
Please kill us if we're ever that boring.
That's what this lady did on her thing, and she had. These are the top 3 things. And she kept saying top 3 things. She only got to the first 2 and then the video ended. Don't fly in on the day of your departure because you'll miss your boat. Like I need a professional to tell me that.
Dude, most of these articles are fluff. And it's funny because
Dumbass.
we just try to like hang out and have fun, right? And we pepper in some like current events or like things that we've learned that we think that you guys might appreciate. And at the end of the day, it's your show. So what you want to talk about, we're going to talk about. So comment along and tell us what you want. Can
I talk about my pet peeve? Like, cause you were on that. So one of my pet peeves, cause we come up with original content. We take care to like review the show and come up with small clips that we feel would be entertaining. Now, half the people online, like this one guy films his wife just mouthing the words to like a comedian, like a stand-up bit. Yeah. And it's not their bit. So like, I don't get it.
Can I ask a question? So like, I feel like lately, like because we've been working so hard on the podcast, I think we've been talking about it a lot. And I'm wondering if that's getting annoying to you
that doesn't make for good podcast content.
Or is it like that you guys are rooting for us and you're watching for like to see the struggle? I don't know.
My strategy is we talk about it so much they get sick of it and then they start telling people and then we can get over the hump and not talk about it anymore.
Well, it's interesting to be like, I mean, listen, we're a middle-aged married couple who are definitely different. We are very different from each other. And I have a chronic illness. I'm a pothead. You're a musician who just released your first album at 58.
Long overdue.
As a kid, you were a musician that looked like Justin Bieber. We live in Florida. I have
before
dreadlocks.
It was cool.
I drive a Jeep. You drive a Volvo. I dance like in the rain.
I like to stay dry.
Hold a sign
in case of emergency.
Like we're just backwards. It's very confusing for people, but I think it might be good entertainment.
Maybe that's what we have to do. Like with like the premise of the show, we have to like outline it that we're very different, and and somehow.
And we'll have start having segments, perhaps.
Segments. Mine would be much more popular.
If we
than
can
yours.
do more pre stuff. What?
I said my segments would be much more popular than yours.
That was rude.
Yes, it was. That was called comedy.
Rude. You don't have to be rude. You don't have to be rude.
I was trying to be funny.
You do not have to be rude.
I feel bad for you because your segments suck.
Because my what?
What? No, I didn't say anything.
What did you say?
I said my crescent wrench.
What did you say?
I like crescent rolls from Pillsbury.
If you don't fucking tell me right now, I will stop this podcast, rewind it, and find out and murder
I said
you.
Don't get mad just because your segments suck. Because we said we were going to do our own segments.
I would like the audience to take a vote, please. Who is the funnier of the two of us? Just understand, Douglas here doesn't do our social media. Douglas here, he does his YouTube comments.
Douglas injured his wife in the bedroom.
That was quite the mic drop.
It actually sounds worse than it does. It sounds like I injured you.
That was
on
quite
purpose.
the mic drop right there.
Yeah.
I gotta give it to you. Mic drop.
All right. Well, it did sound like I assaulted you in some way,
So
and it did not happen.
I did want to talk about a few things that have come up online. Of course, Marital Hates our podcast, Marriage. We are married, and we do talk about marriage stuff sometimes. It's supposed to be funny. I don't know if it is tonight. We are empty nesters. We have 6 kids between the two of us, and they all grown up. We absolutely love them.
They have flown the coop.
We miss them. Some we miss more than others because we see some more than others, but we love them and we miss them. No, we like all of them. Well, no, we don't always like all of them, but we love all of them. Sometimes relationships are hard.
Oh, speaking of.
And sometimes I suck.
Speaking of, I had a Facebook memory today. I hope Nolan does not mind me sharing this. He was a young lad. This was 14 years ago. Driving down a windy road, I slowed down for a bicyclist who was riding on the side of the road. Nolan asked why we were going so slow. I told him about the cyclist, to which he casually replied, "Just kill him."
Which I support. I hate cyclists. And listen, if you're on the bike path, fine. If you're respectful, fine. But if you're one of those assholes who rides in the middle of the road or rides side by side or like whatever douchebag thing you're gonna fucking do, because share the road is a mutual thing. It's not like, oh, and here's the road for cyclists. It's share the road, not road for a cyclist. Share the road.
So here's the thing: if your son or daughter says that to you at any age, it's a teaching moment.
What is?
You
tell them yes. We hit the fucking cyclist.
We do not.
Okay, you scream at them, buy a goddamn Peloton. Although the Peloton companies,
or you jam a stick in their spokes and then. No, I'm kidding. No, it's a teachable moment, and that's what separates the good parents from
it's so
from
funny
the bad parents.
We have a friend who's was a professional cyclist, like a racing cyclist. Our friend
who we
Todd,
like very much.
We love him, and he rides around town in like flip flops and shit. He doesn't give any fucks. Todd is my goddamn hero. As a matter of fact, he had a comment on one of our posts today. I hope I can find it because I was fucking dying. It was like a movie review of Twilight. Oh my! His comments are always
not so timely, Todd.
Gold.
But I'm just gonna say,
his comments are always gold. I love him.
What other things
we're
supposed to be talking about tonight?
All right, so there's actually a couple of things. LGBTQ, we love you guys.
What's not the love?
Well, we have one of our own. We realize that not everybody's got family support, and I know what it's like to not have family support. Actually, we both do. So not as much as we would like, at least. In any case, so we try to give people the support, and we're here for everybody as much as we can be, at least. We want to create a community for everyone, bring you all together. And so far, so good. People that come night after night have all become friends. And Tracy's been determining who becomes a master hater or not. And has crowned herself some mother of pearl, or I'm not really sure what it is, but I don't know what her duties are. So I'm going to need,
we need some sort of council to get together and put together some edict.
There you go. Weed, because I am on cannabis oil, spirituality, it's a big part of my life. Actually, Doug recently has become much more spiritual and much more positive. And I think
look how calm I am.
Life has been so much better. Imagine if you were in the mental space you used to be in with all the stuff that we're stressed out about right now.
Yeah.
Like you would not be able to handle it. But the reality is we've got enough savings to live for a little while, and hopefully we don't have to live in our cars. Can you imagine having to live in our cars? And I'm like,
yours has no roof.
I'm not putting the roof on it. I'll live in
I'm driving around the Volvo with the roof to the Jeep like on it, like tied down with.
Why would you? No, we have a storage unit.
How do we have a storage unit? We don't have. Why wouldn't we live there instead of our cars? I would much rather live in a storage unit than, even though storage units are kind of creepy. Remember we had a storage unit for a while?
Yeah, okay.
I did not like to go there.
We'll get one an outside access storage unit and we'll live in it. They're like $100 a month.
One of the outbuildings?
Like one of the ones you have 24-hour access.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
And they're going to say you can't live in it, but we're going to no, we don't live in it. We work nights in it. And we have to have power.
Do you remember we were watching
and like refrigerators? We put refrigerators in there. And they're like, oh, okay.
Remember when we were watching RV videos, and there's a place in like Idaho or Wyoming or like up that way in the plain states. This is big warehouse building, and what you do is you drive your Class A building, your RV into the building.
Yeah.
And then you camp there for the winter, and you're in this building. I don't think you ever leave the building, and like it was really. Like
some people do that in places where it's like super cold in the winter.
Yeah.
And I thought that was weird.
But they put out grass and stuff, and it's like you're in this giant building.
It's weird. But you know what? Listen, whatever works for them. I mean, so what a lot of people have, if they have a traveling job or they have to travel for where work is, what they'll do is they'll live in, they'll have an RV that they pull, and wherever they go, wherever the most money is. Because there's people like they'll go work somewhere for a month and make $30,000. Like you'll see people who live on the road in fifth wheels that are millionaires. They're stacking cash, son. Depends on how you RV, but there are people out there living in RVs and they are stacking cash while you are fucking blowing it on your mortgage. And like everybody, your mortgage is an investment. Not till you sell it. In the meantime, it's a liability.
Not till you die.
And you have a liability that I don't have because we currently lease. You have the liability of maintaining that property. You have the liability of paying those taxes.
You're going to get bit by a spider.
You have the liability of the maintenance on that property.
Specific.
I don't have any liability here other than the $2,300 a month that I pay on my lease.
Boom.
So, yeah. What was I talking about? I was going on some sort of tirade about people buying houses.
Yeah, that was I was talking about.
I'm all over the place.
The warehouse. All right, so go back to your list.
People living in RVs.
In a warehouse building.
So there will come a point.
Iowa.
That point will be October next year, where we have to decide what we're gonna do. And if we're completely broke,
October of this year.
Yeah, if we're completely broke, we'll build ourselves a
we'll get a lean-to.
We'll get a yurt, some sort of a biodome. Oh, our friend has a biodome. He only paid $30,000 for it.
That's right.
We can put it on a credit card. Just put it on a credit card.
Excuse me,
buy
Mr.
land.
Dome, sir.
Can you buy land on a credit card?
Probably not. My guess is not.
Can you buy land?
But I mean, getting a mortgage is essentially the same thing.
Yes.
It's possible to buy land with a credit card, but it's not always the case. Government auction accepts credit card payments for land purchases. What the hell are we going to do with land?
Live on it.
What, put
in a dome.
We're going to put a dome.
Yeah.
Is it tornado-proof dome?
No. I don't know. Maybe.
I just need something tornado-proof.
There's nothing tornado-proof. There's literally nothing tornado-proof. An underground bunker.
Todd White is here tonight. We haven't. Hello, Todd. We haven't heard from you in a while. We've seen you come to the podcast. Sounds like time to start a cold. LOL.
A cold?
I don't know what a cold is.
Why would you?
Oh, cult. That's probably what
I know. We always talk about it time to start a cold, but that may be what happens. It just may be what happens. The only problem is
how it starts.
Right now, as the year goes by, our savings go down. But we'll put it on a credit card. We have to. We'll buy an RV and split it against 5 credit cards, and we'll be good to go.
And then we change our identity, and then we make off with the RV.
We have nowhere to live.
So, all right. So you had more hashtags.
I have more hashtags. We can take on a life of crime.
A hashy taggy.
I think some people that live in RVs have lives of crime too.
You think?
I know that the gypsy I went out with in Poland had a life of crime, and he lived in an RV that he pulled with a Porsche Cayenne. Is that weird?
You can pick them. That's all I'm saying.
Pick me. Up looking over here. Nicole is here. She's following us on Instagram too. Hey, girl.
You're everywhere, Nicole.
Jose's here again. Woo!
Jose.
I don't know if you're still here.
Day after your
Birthday to you. Happy day after your birthday to you. A very happy on birthday, dear Jose, and really everyone else. Happy on birthday to you. Okay, do we know more Spanish now?
I know all the lyrics to La Bamba, and that's Spanish. Yo no soy marinero, soy capitán, soy capitán, soy capitán.
What does it mean?
It says something about being a captain.
Going on a boat?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I like to go on boats. And if you can make it here from another country on a boat, I'll get on a boat with you. I feel safe.
Said the woman who wants to build a wall.
I want people to be able to come to this country legally.
Yeah.
And I want there to be a path to immigration, but I also realize our infrastructure can't support the numbers that are coming over the border at current. And that we're better served by having stronger borders and diplomatic relief than we are taking in migrants.
I have an idea.
Yes.
What if we do the old switcheroo? What if we go there?
Well, that's the thing the wealthy are doing. I mean, how many celebrities do you know have moved out of the United States? That's what the wealthy do.
None of them.
The people that are you don't know any wealthy people that have moved out of the United States?
No, I know wealthy people that build like tax shelters and things like that. Like Ringo Starr moved to Monaco because there's no taxes. Or Morocco.
Morocco has some really crazy fucking laws about money. Morocco's got crazy laws about money. I don't know about Monaco. I think is pretty lenient with their currency, but Morocco is fucking crazy.
England's like the worst, and and John Lennon moved here, so like, go figure. So, anyways, yeah, like I've heard of people doing it, but I haven't heard like, oh, Tom Hanks has moved to Greenland. I haven't heard anything like that. What have you heard?
A lot of Madonna had moved abroad. I don't know where the fuck she lives now.
She moved abroad because she married an English guy.
I think she still lives there, though.
No, she lives in New York.
A lot of celebrities have moved abroad. It's been a thing.
Who?
But not even just celebrities. Like people I know have moved abroad. Like Americans, like the two companies that I work with have been people. Well, no, actually, one was from England, moved to Poland. But Nick from Graphic Mail was an American. He lived in France or Sweden at one side of it. He was like close. He was right on the border.
Who else do we have on the Insta besides Nicole?
Nicole.
Do we have anybody else?
Jose.
Vitamin
C.
Oh, geez.
Our favorite chiropractor. She's probably asleep by now because we are not on top of things tonight. And we're really just all over the fucking place. I'm so sorry, you guys.
Sorry, it's ADD Wednesday.
Well, I thought we had our show like kind of wrapped up for us, so I did a little prep, but not enough. And I'm a little too high, to your point. But I was in so much goddamn pain. I should have gone high first thing this morning.
I actually thought about telling you to do that.
And then thank you for following us on Instagram. You guys, whatever socials you're on, we will follow you back. So follow us, we follow you back. We will do whatever we can to support you. Like if we see something that's one of our friends, we just like it. The only problem we're having is like lately we have zero time. So we're not spending as much time as we would like. And I know that can affect a Twitter algorithm or TikTok algorithm. So I wish I had more time to dedicate to it. I'm working on it. I'm sorry. I'm trying. And let me know how I can support you. And then she says, I'm going to look up the lyrics to La Bamba in English form, LOL.
Don't know if they are. I don't know. You could translate it. Google Translate it.
You could literally just be like, what are the words to La Bamba in English?
We can do that.
I can ask ChatGPT right now.
You could just look up the lyrics, copy and paste them into a translator.
Can you tell them about the Real Housewives of Atlanta while I look this up?
We've been watching the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I have a favorite. Candy is my favorite. And why are you changing that?
I don't want to look so huge.
Oh, because I'm leaning way back in my chair. Here's what. Let me get big.
A complex about what I look like on camera.
So anyway, I know we've been watching it. It's ridiculous. There's a lot of. It's just crappy.
Hair pulling and
hatred. You know what it is? It's background noise while we're working on the podcast.
No, but we always stop and watch like clips. Like there's this guy Dwight on it. Oh my god.
The one lady is like super over the top, and she had a baby. So the baby had a christening.
This is Kim Zolciak that's going through the really messy divorce right now.
So
and she has like 7 kids. 6 or
I was
7.
talking about Phaedra's kid.
Oh,
they put him on this like thing.
That's
like
another
this
over the top
chariot like thing, and they belt him in. It's all pillows.
She's a lawyer, and she's gonna. And
a bunch of guys carry the baby in, like he's something from Coming to America.
That's what one guy in the audience said. And it was Peter, Cynthia's husband.
It was really funny, and they just do everything over the top. They rented out a water park for a 1-year-old's birthday, and had how many cakes? 13 cakes. 12 cakes.
Alive 12 months.
Oh, 12 cakes.
And they presented them individually. It was stupid, but now I want cake. I was hungry like an hour before the podcast. We ate lunch at like 3:30.
Yeah.
And so I'm starving now because I was starving then, and I can only eat a little bit lately for some reason. And I'm having all kinds of stomach problems, but that's a whole other issue. Hashtags. But I was in the middle of a sentence and I don't even know where I was going with it.
We were talking about the housewives, and that was more time than we should have allotted to the housewives.
I'm struggling.
I thought.
I'm struggling. Maybe do something that I am not doing because I'm really struggling.
I need the hashtags. So, but I don't have the hashtags. There we go.
Okay, but the hashtags are on the post.
Okay, I will look up the post. I will do the podcast over here.
Why are you being mean?
Because you're freaking out over here, and I'm trying to help, and I'm trying to have a podcast.
You're making me super anxious.
All right,
Doug.
What? What do you want me to say?
I'm saying that you're making me really anxious.
Yes. Okay. I'm sorry.
So,
I don't know what Fashion Nova is. You're gonna have to help me out with that one.
So apparently, there's this clothing line, Fashion Nova, that everybody's wearing, and it's like loungewear for men. And my computer's gonna shut off at any minute, but basically, it's like all this bright colored loungewear that men are wearing.
We have.
I can't pull it up because my computer's like running too slow.
I can get the charger. We have Rip Sammy. Do we know what that is?
Yeah, it's a really sad story, and it actually relates to something that I had tonight.
You do that. I'm gonna go get your charger so you don't lose that story.
I'm gonna loop back to the sad story because it deserves its due time, and I don't want to have anybody be like, "What's Fashion Nova?" or whatever. So, or have Doug come out and be like Fashion Nova. But I assure you, this other story is far more important. If my laptop doesn't die. So they're just like, I think that they're actually really cool. And I like this for men, like as an idea. So it's like brightly colored sportswear. So this guy's got like tie-dye t-shirt and shorts, and it's just loungewear. It's all like loungewear and sportswear, but it's like super cool and like, I don't know, just like, I think really modern and cozy. And I think it's the kind of clothes people want to wear. And it's what it's what I need. I need clothes that are cozy, but look good, because I can't, like, clothes hurt for me to wear them. So having clothes that are, I don't know what all of it is, but some of it was like stuff like this, a velour tracksuit.
It's kind of, it's the velour tracksuit update 2.0.
I really like it. Like, I like that they're doing, I don't know that that's Fashion Nova, but I think that I thought it was really cool. So I'm excited about that. My internet is running a little slow. There was something we were going to ask ChatGPT, but we got a little sidetracked. So something that happened to us today, or to me today, I think I screenshotted it. Maybe I didn't. I had posted, it's just so stupid. I had posted on the Cape Coral page. I'm telling you, if you want to encounter the worst people on the planet, go to your town fucking Facebook page. This guy is like, I had just said, I was disappointed by the fireworks last night. So one thing that, if you live in Southwest Florida,
when it was Mother's Day,
yes, it was. I'm getting that. Okay. That one thing that happens in Southwest Florida, here in Southwest Florida, specifically in Cape Coral, Fort Myers area, I think it happens in Miami a lot too, is that when there's a holiday, usually people light off fireworks, and it's like Thanksgiving, Christmas, obviously 4th of July, Memorial Day, Veterans Day, a birthday, a quinceañera, Hanukkah, I don't know, whatever, we're setting off fucking fireworks. So I posted because I noticed that there wasn't any fireworks on Mother's Day. I'm like, hey, like if there's any fireworks all the fucking time, there should be some on Mother's Day. And I understand a lot of moms do not want fireworks on Mother's Day because it upsets their dogs or they have a headache, they're trying to sleep or whatever. I understand that. But I'm saying that if you're applying the logic of when we celebrate, we light off fireworks.
Then why wouldn't you have them on Mother's Day?
Why wouldn't we have them? We should have the most spectacular ones on Mother's Day, in my humble opinion, because being a mom is the hardest job in the world. And that is something my friend Kristen and I, that's what we bonded over as young mothers. Of course, I was quite a bit younger. I was like a child. I don't recommend
child
that.
bride.
Randall is over on Instagram, and hey.
Randall's jumping all over the place.
Hey, Randall. And yeah, we don't care who you are. We're just glad you're here. Thank you for coming, and yay. Okay, what are we doing?
Oh, I was going to bring up the lyrics to the English lyrics of La Bamba.
Okay.
To dance the bamba, it takes a little grace, for me, for you, oh above, and up, and up. For you I will be, for you I'll be. I am not a sailor. I am a captain.
I don't think we need to.
Yeah, so it doesn't sound as good. It does not sound as good.
No, nothing sounds as good. You can just like tell me like that you're gonna go take a shit in Spanish, and I'm gonna be like, oh, that's lovely, thank you. Oh. Anything with an accent, even I'm happy. I love an accent.
Now I want to know what like my songs are in Spanish. Like maybe I should record the Spanish album with Linda Ronstadt. So we've been looking for a project to do together.
What do you think you are, Elena Miles?
Elena Miles.
Which song is your Black Velvet? Perfectville?
I don't know.
I feel like Smiles Like the Sun is your Black
different
Velvet.
People. Hard Luck Town gets like is second.
Black Velvet
to,
is a very specific type of song.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about that you play it.
Oh, that I would do it over and over.
No, I'm talking about the one that is like a similar in cadence to Black Velvet. And
there really isn't anything on the second album. One of the songs I have going for the second album is a little bit more Black Velvet.
And how many songs do we have going on the second album?
So far, well, I know what all of them are going to be. I've got one, the instrument's down for one. I need to do the vocals to it, but the instrumental is down for the first track completely.
I have a new bug bite on my foot.
Oh, I got a big one on my arm. Look at, you see that? It's like a big round one. Look at that. Bugs here in Florida do not mess around.
We had that. If you know when you get it, we had that bug sucker thing. It really does work.
Bug sucker. I just found out that this was here when we started doing the podcast.
I'm sorry for you. I have 2 on my feet right now, and I'm really upset about it because they really itch, and I have a histamine reaction, and I blow up everywhere. Yay for chronic illness. Anybody else have that? It's fun.
Randall says, "Hey y'all, I'll be on Friday. Got to do schoolwork. I have to call my uncle who's in the VA hospital before it gets too late. Love y'all." So he's out.
Good night. Well, I don't know your uncle's name. I would love to know it. Everybody send some positive vibes to Randall's uncle and hope for the highest and best for him.
And Randall went over to Instagram just to share us out. So thank you again.
I appreciate you.
And we appreciate you coming by.
Yeah, really, we do. And then of course we had okay, so I want to get back to this thing. So I had posted about the Mother's Day and the fireworks, right?
Fireworks and Mother's Day, yeah.
And so some people didn't get it because they weren't familiar with the fact that we let off fireworks on every fucking holiday. And like it depends.
And some people are just dumb.
Some people are dumb and some people don't. But like it's an ongoing thing about here. Like everybody knows we have fireworks all the fucking time. Like there's fireworks tents, like 2 within a mile of our house.
Yeah, I hope they don't blow up.
2 within a mile of our house.
Yeah.
2 fireworks stores within a mile.
And they're not just like a little tent.
No, these are like a Christmas tree tent. Like one of the big lots where you can get like 12 footers.
Like Christmas trees.
20 footers.
Like that.
They keep the 20 footers out back. Yeah. It's almost like a Christmas tree farm, but like an annex of a Christmas tree farm.
Like you ever go to like one of those roadside places that have the plants in the springtime?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Big.
It's big. Worth the fireworks. And apparently they have gimmicks. Is what they have.
Some of them have gimmicks, some of them don't. But I will tell you that there's so much building in Cape Coral. The biggest concern we have now is where will we sell our fireworks? Oh wait, you can get them at Target, Walmart, Costco, CVS.
With you can buy booze at CVS too.
Yeah, it's so weird. You can buy booze anywhere. Beer and wine, grocery store.
Little girl selling
Pharmacy.
Girl Scout cookies outside the grocery store.
Yeah.
Selling hooch.
You can get a little malt liquor with that. She'll wrap.
A little malty.
Well, here's the thing. This is the thing about Girl Scouts. They tell you, listen, you buy 2 boxes.
Right.
You can use one of them as a koozie for this bottle of Mad Dog 2020. And so you put your Mad Dog 2020 in the old box of cookies and you're drinking it.
And nobody's none the wiser.
Nobody is the
and then
wiser.
you take the extra cookies you have to lure some chick into your car and give her some more of the other hooch.
But to be clear, we are not luring a Girl Scout into our car.
No, definitely not. No, the Girl Scout is somehow in on the.
They're selling alcohol. But
we'll allege that the Girl Scouts will sell alcohol, but
that is where we draw the line in terms of inappropriate.
But they can
on this terrible podcast.
They can sell alcohol and cookies to creepers in a van.
Can they sell weed?
No.
I bet that happens.
That's for Scouting America.
I bet that happens. I bet in the next 20 years, children are selling weed.
They're not gonna sell
How much do you
Melanie is here. What's up, Mel?
How much do you guys bet that in the next 20 years, children are selling weed?
I don't think children would be selling weed for fundraisers.
Well, hang on a second. You talk about how things come full circle.
Yeah.
This is my argument for children selling weed. Would you like to hear it?
Okay. Yes, I actually do.
All right. So things go full circle.
Yeah.
Right. So we've had a society for like the last, I don't know, my life. So what, 47? So let's call it 50 years. We'll say 50 years of like this feminism and consumerism, and the 80s with like the buy, the excess, the like
brand names.
Branding
Greed is good.
And investments
nonsense.
And all of that shit. And the internet and COVID. And now I think people are getting back. It's coming fucking full circle. People are making their own bread. You're hearing about homesteading. You're hearing about trad wives because everybody is fucking broke. Everybody is fucking broke.
Yeah.
Everybody's drinking out of glass bottles. They're saying we don't want any plastic. People are growing their own plants.
Yeah.
Everything's going back to the way it's meant to be. And I don't know what my point here was, but
you think kids will be selling weed?
Oh, so I think that it's going to go back to like when you could go to the store and buy cigarettes for your mom.
Oh, you think it's going to go back to that? So you're
going to be able to, and then kids are going to start selling weed, and then they're going to be like, you know what, like we're like an ungoverned community. I mean, maybe in our community we have a hippie community. Our kids can sell some weed. That's fine.
Well, let me ask you this: do you think it would be like?
What is wrong with a child selling weed?
Everything, because weed is not a product for children.
Yeah, but there's a lot of products that are not for children. Like, what are they going to smoke it? They're going to be like, here's this weed that I have. It's a plant. So if I'm selling a tomato plant or a marijuana plant, which you have a problem with a child selling
because children, it's acceptable for children to eat tomatoes.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I understand in today's society, it's not acceptable for children to sell marijuana. I understand that.
Right.
But if a child works on a family farm and the family grows marijuana, then the child should sell marijuana. But it shouldn't be illegal for anybody to sell marijuana.
I don't think the child should be using marijuana.
I don't think the child is using marijuana, but maybe the child is using marijuana. Maybe the child has a seizure disorder. Maybe this child has a chronic pain issue. Maybe the child suffers from depression and anxiety that haven't otherwise been helped. There's a lizard.
Yeah, it's right there.
I bet if you move the Coke bottle, there's another one here.
Oh, that one's a big one.
I thought that was a good point.
It was a good point. But
I understand by today's society.
What do you think? You think the Girl Scouts are going to start selling Bud Light?
I'm saying no.
It's another controversy that Bud Light didn't want.
I don't want anything to do with Bud Light at all. I want no one to have anything to do with Bud Light. And it's not. I mean, I didn't like that the Dylan, whatever her name was, thing. I didn't like that they did that because this is somebody that specifically markets to children. But
you're okay with children selling the weed?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Because weed is a medicinal plant.
Yeah.
It's a medicinal plant that helps people. Just like a tomato plant. If their family sells, I mean, I just the only reason you think that there's anything wrong with that plant is because you've been told that your entire life.
I don't think there's anything wrong with plant A, but it's as the laws are structured now.
So let me ask you a question. Should a child work at their family vineyard?
Grapes are not wine.
Should a child work at their family vineyard?
Oh, I think a child could work at a marijuana farm. No problem. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. If you work at a
I don't think they should be involved in selling it and purveying of it.
But that's the point. We're moving
Inappropriate.
We're moving more and more toward, the people are moving more and more toward very small world, and other people are moving very forward toward very big world. It seems to be very polarizing right now. Right? Don't you see that?
Yeah.
People are moving to epicenters. They want to live in condos. They want to live in high rises. I don't understand those people, but they exist.
It's Walt Disney's
They want to
dream
go
for
on
Epcot.
cruise ships. They want to do all the stuff that I don't want to do. Doug might want to. I don't know. I'm not going to do
I'm
it.
going on a cruise.
But they want to live in like a small world after all. It's a small world after all. They want to live in like a smaller world together. And I think that because of that, you're going to see things like even we're seeing now where people are exchanging goods, or people are buying family compounds.
Right. No, I get it.
People
I
are
get
buying
it.
land with their friends.
I get it.
Like so if I have a small community and we have, well, first of all, like obviously with the current laws, this is not possible. I'm just saying theoretically in the world, what I believe is that if your family has a fucking marijuana farm and they want you to work the goddamn farm stand and it sells marijuana, you should be able to.
Well, when you're underage and you're working at Stop and Shop and somebody wants to buy cigarettes, you can't sell them to them.
But here is the thing. Cigarettes are a completely different thing than marijuana. I'm talking about the plant.
Oh, the plant. I have no problem with the plant, but I don't think that the Girl Scouts or the Boy Scouts should be selling marijuana plants to raise money.
But
call me old-fashioned.
Kids are involved with companies that sell CBD.
What kids?
There's like all these like.
I don't think you can have children selling CBD products. Can you?
Yeah, of course you can.
I don't know. I haven't seen anybody.
There's no reason why you can't. People use kids. There's a whole bunch of Insta moms that are CBD moms.
Yeah.
That all they do is talk about how they use CBD for their kids. It's like a fucking trend on the internet. What makes that any different than marijuana? The government.
Yeah, but the kids aren't selling it, and the kids aren't.
The government.
Like, the parents are overseeing the use of it.
So you think that if kids are selling marijuana, they're not going to oversee the use of it? They're not going to oversee what their kid does? It's such a double standard.
There's a difference between using, selling, and etc. and using it as a fundraiser.
I'm saying that if your family business is cultivating marijuana,
you can work on that.
No one has any right to tell you,
right? No,
that your kid cannot work on your farm in whatever capacity you deem appropriate.
But when it comes to a farm stand because it's
But I honestly, really, I don't think that, like, if there is no reason to believe your child is being neglected and that child is working in the family business, whatever business that happens to be, because this should not be an illegal business in this country. That's the whole fucking point. They did it to make fucking money off of it themselves. Do you know how much money the government has made on the war on drugs? You know how many people were put in prison in for-profit fucking prisons on minor nonviolent drug charges?
Well, you know how conflicted they were because they made a lot of money on cigarette tax. They kind of like, oh, we don't want people smoking, but it's okay if they do because we're going to tax them to death.
Well, but they could have done that. That's what everybody, I mean, I don't know anybody who hasn't been saying, every conservative I know has been, well, I'd say 50% of the conservatives I know, 50% of the conservatives I know want marijuana legalized and they want it to tax the shit out of it. And the libertarians like me are like, legalize the fuck out of everything. We don't give a shit. What right do you have to tell us what we can put in our own fucking bodies? So I don't understand how I was born into a world where everyone is in charge of me. Like, how does that happen? You're born and everyone's in charge of you. I'm in charge of me until I run out of money, and then I'm going to have to turn tricks.
As your father once told me, you're her husband, you control her. So you're not even in charge of this relationship.
I'm not even in control of this podcast today. It doesn't seem like anybody has been in control of this podcast today. You really upset me.
I'm sorry that I upset you.
You were a total dick.
Genuinely sorry that I upset you.
Okay, do something embarrassing to make me feel better.
I don't know.
That doesn't embarrass me.
I'll sing like I've embarrassed myself last night I didn't know what the word happy in Spanish meant, and all I had to do was think about it.
That wasn't really that.
It was embarrassing.
That was embarrassing.
Yeah, it was to me.
I'm just saying, maybe we need to work on our anxiety, and maybe we need to meditate this week, even if we're not going in the sauna.
Yes, and maybe, just maybe, I prep for the podcast, so I have a little bit more stuff going than I did tonight.
Okay. Well, and maybe I'm a little less in pain and less high as a result. So we talked about weed plenty. We talked about spirituality a little. The juggalos, we want to be them. Whoop, whoop. We figure you guys will probably watch. Will you guys watch what the fuck is it called? The Toxic Avenger. We want you guys to watch The Toxic Avenger because we want to talk about it next week on the podcast.
We would not steer you wrong.
We have been asking you for weeks to watch this fucking movie. Will you please watch this fucking movie? Should we do a watch party? I don't even know if we can legally do that.
I don't think we can.
Does anybody know if we can get away with having a watch party for The Toxic Avenger? Is that even legal? What did I just do? Oh,
I don't know what you did.
I took my marijuana
broke
apart.
Something.
By the way, I am not a proponent of drugs. Certainly not marijuana. I prefer to have my faculties about me. I don't have a choice. So do you want to do? I'm not in charge of you. So back to the original thing. Mm. So this guy in Cape Coral, the Cape Coral page, I talked about the fireworks.
Yeah.
So all these people who didn't know were asking, there were fireworks. And so of course I just cut and pasted 9 times. No, but there's usually fireworks on every holiday. It was a joke, or like I was joking.
You'd figure maybe the mothers wouldn't rate.
So I did, control V throughout. One woman said solar flare or actual fireworks, and I share that same answer.
Yeah.
And this guy, no part of the conversation is like, you could answer her question instead of hitting copy and paste. And I'm like, my copy and paste did in fact answer her question. So
people are dumb.
And so, but it wasn't even like, he just kept going. And he was like, oh, I see on your profile, you're stupid. And like, it was like bonkers. And like, I was like, today I was in a good place, so it didn't bother me. But there have been times where people have said things to me on the internet at a really bad time where I've personally been suicidal.
Yeah.
And an
internet guy would push you over the edge.
No, a 10-year-old boy named Sammy. He I guess if I can pull up the picture. He killed himself. He was being bullied at school about his teeth and his glasses, and a lot of the same stuff we were all bullied for. And the school didn't do anything about it. I guess the parents had intervened. There's a very tearful interview with the parents. The little boy was adorable, and he killed himself.
Yeah, that's unfathomable.
That's why, we try so hard to bring people together here. Just be kind to one another, and listen. I don't imagine there's anything we could all do for this family that would be better than to be kind to one another. At least listen. You can go out in the world and be an asshole, run over as many cyclists as you want, but at least terrible. When you come onto the internet and when you come to this podcast, start with the podcast. Come to the podcast, be nice to people, make friends with nice people. Realize that not everybody's an asshole, so you can let your guard down a little. And then maybe you try a little bit on the internet, and then maybe you try in your house, and maybe you try at work, and then before you know it, you don't even run over the cyclist. You just scream by a Peloton at them. Fuckers. I don't like those guys. I don't know if I'd be able to pull up the picture quickly enough. Let me see if I can pull it up. But yeah, it's kind of trending everywhere.
Oh.
No, okay. Apparently there's also a band
called
named R.I.P. Sammy. But anyway, this little boy, he was very cute. He was 10 years old. I'm just gonna pull it up right now. Sorry about that, guys.
School. Sammy Touche's grief-stricken parents say their son was bullied both in person and on social media for his glasses and his teeth up until the day he died. The abuse even escalated to a physical incident on the school bus, with another student beating him up and breaking his glasses. Touche's parents say they complained to the school 20 times, but were ignored by administrators. The school is now investigating the bullying claims.
Oh, maybe they should have investigated those bullying claims before the kid offed himself. Jerks. But everything now, it's like, yeah. half the people don't give a shit, and half the people are so hog-tied with bureaucracy that they can't do anything for the kid, and then
Well, I think that the biggest thing is that parents need to be kind themselves because it sets an example for their children. This is the nice, warmest, most beautiful breeze I have ever felt in my life.
There's a warm wind blowing the stars around, and I really love to.
I know that this sounds like hippie bullshit, but I just feel like that was like a sign that like this is like that's
maybe that was Sammy saying thank you for sticking.
I know it sounds like hippie bullshit, but that's what I think. Like I think that like if we can't let something tragic like this happen to this poor family, to this poor little boy without it meaning something. So like for the love of fucking God, be kind to one another. Just be kind to one another. Just try to be nice to a few people. Come here. These people are nice. I get it. Most people are assholes because they've been hurt in their lives and they're afraid. Yep. You don't have to be afraid. We're nice people.
Yeah.
Really. I don't like cyclists when they hog the road and I want to run them over, but I don't. I just tell them to buy a Peloton. I'm a nice person.
Speaking of assholes, I haven't heard from Courtney tonight, have we?
No, I was actually worried about her.
Worried about her. Maybe they have storms up there. Who knows?
I don't. Well, she has the kids, but I've messaged her a couple times and I haven't heard from her. If anybody's talked to Courtney, can you just let me know? And you guys, that's one of the things about coming night after night is, we worry about you.
We notice when you're not here.
Like Tracy's being kind of quiet tonight. I wonder if she's okay. I wonder how she's feeling.
She could be loopy.
Did she tell you how she was feeling?
I don't think she did, but she was piping in a little bit earlier. She might have fallen asleep.
She probably fell asleep.
Pictures coming tomorrow.
I'm wondering how Anne's doing. Anne's usually pretty quiet.
I think Tracy's either looped up on stuff or fell asleep.
Well, I don't know, but we do have 39 people watching that we can see.
We have lots of folks.
From what we understand, it's usually double that are actually watching, or more. But it just depends on how you're viewing. In any case, we know a lot of you are watching over on Twitter. If you're on Twitter, go to YouTube. YouTube is the best place to watch us. Well, Facebook is too. I mean, honestly, in a perfect world, you'd have us everywhere because we get like kind of stifled in the feed. And it's fun to play together, right? And we want to support you everywhere we can, and we hope you'll return the favor. And of course, our socials are on the bottom of the screen. We follow back everybody. As a matter of fact, I think we got like 200 new followers on TikTok today.
Wow.
I'm not sure the exact number, but I think it'll be up to 200 by morning. We'll probably hit 1,000 new followers by the end of the week on TikTok. How crazy is that? How crazy is that?
It's, you know what, it's a lot of hard work. It doesn't come out of nowhere for sure.
Who's going to sell something through pamphlets? Did we already do that?
Yeah, that was Platypus. I think there was selling something through pamphlets was the Girl Scouts. Then Nicole says
yes, they would.
Maybe the parents should be suing the school board for harassment. Yeah, for sure. And that's fucking sad. And then Melissa, sorry I haven't been on. I've been busy. My son graduates pre-K tomorrow. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
And this mama is stressed out.
That's so bittersweet.
And
like you're so proud, but you don't want him to grow up. I think pre-K might be the hardest graduation.
Pre-K?
Yeah, I think it is.
Why is that? Because
then they go to kindergarten. I mean, is pre-K or kindergarten harder? Like, I think if they're going to full day kindergarten, it's harder. Like when they go for the half day, it's like, oh, mommy gets a little break.
Right.
It's hard at
full
first.
Day, you're kind of.
It's really hard at first. Okay, I want you ladies to think about this. Remember when your kids went to school first? I mean, well, ladies and gentlemen, when your kids went to the school for the first time, like part-time, it was like really scary and hard for both you and them. Or if you're like me, my kids were like, bye, mom. And I don't know if that means I was told it meant I was a great mom, but who knows?
Well,
what the fuck
I think you were.
But you go over that like hump where you both adjust to this new life without each other all the time. And it's kind of sweet because you have your own time to, do mom things. You finally get a break because you haven't done anything for yourself in 10 years. And of course, a lot of these women have to work on top of it, which is, and I worked, trust me, I was a single mom with 4 kids, but like, I think it's a tragedy that we don't live in a society where people come around one another. So every family is supported, every person is supported,
either
every
through
child
community or through neighbors or whatnot.
Sometimes we sound like a religious channel. Are we a religious channel?
We're going to be a cult.
I do want to have
Nicole
a cult.
says Courtney was on earlier, so she's probably all over the place and every place at once. No podcast tomorrow night. No, guys, we have
we're gonna meet the Muck Sticky show. We'll do a live, but we're not like
Melanie says it's sad that he's growing so fast, but glad he's excelling in school. That's great.
That's amazing.
You one day you're having pre-K kindergarten graduation, and then the next day there's all hell's breaking loose.
I just can't even this, we're coming off this one story about this terrible tragedy.
Yeah.
Thank God we have this upper of a story. I feel slightly better now. So thank you for that. You may have saved my day. I would have had nightmares all night after that. Oh God.
Yeah.
Let's think about your son and the amazing things he's going to do. Do you think one day he'll have a dirty podcast? I hope. Oh, maybe. If it's what's going to make him happy, right? Having a dirty. Would you care if your kid had a dirty podcast if it made him happy?
No, I wouldn't.
It.
It was funny. Yeah, a lot. Never mind. I'm not going to tell that story.
Why?
It's not a good story.
Oh, okay. I feel a lot of pressure.
Melanie says, "You're welcome." He is super smart. Use that as a strength, and he will excel.
She says, "Hell no." I don't know what she said. Hell no about, but okay. Okay. So my other hashtags were, hashtag Janet. It was from some show that I've never heard of.
Anybody?
So I'm going to refer to Janet, Miss Jackson, if you're nasty.
Yeah.
Because she will always be the Janet. I mean, is there another Janet that you can think of that matters in the world?
Janet Reno.
Janet the secretary on Ghostbusters. Oh, we should rank our favorite. Rank your favorite Janet from 1 through 10. Oh my God, we have to do that as a game.
I got a good one. Janet Joplin. That was Janice Joplin. In case you guys are playing at home, I thought it was funny. Nobody thought it was funny. All right.
No, I'm just writing this down.
Janet. Janet Wu from Channel 5. I don't know if any of you Boston people knew Janet Wu.
Is she die?
No, she was. I think she just retired, or she's about to, or something. But there was actually 2 Janet Wus in Boston: the old school one and the new school one. She was of the Jorge Quiroga vintage Channel 5 reporters. Janet from Three's Company.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're gonna make a list of the Janets and have everybody vote. We're gonna rank the Janets.
Rank the Janets.
The ranking of the Janets.
The ranking of the Janets. I'm trying to think what else. Janet Reno. There's not that many. Janet Dubois was an actress that played on, I think, Good Times. They're not that many.
So we're gonna do categories, and it'll be the top 10 of whatever.
Yeah.
And it could be Janets, or it could be the top 10 plants. It could be the top 10 penises.
Platty says Friends Janet. That was Janice as well. Right?
That was Janice, not Janet. Yeah. Janice.
See, that's the problem.
But there's Janet Jackson. There's Janet the secretary from Ghostbusters. Yeah.
Which I didn't remember.
Janet, the person that you were talking about.
Janet Wu?
Janet Wu, but the other Janet, the Janet
from Three's
Political
Company.
Political Office.
Oh, now I lost her name too.
It's been a long day. In any case, we could
Janet Reno, Janet Pelosi.
We could find some famous Janets. I'm telling you, we could do this. I'll rank them as our favorites. That'll be our new fun game.
What to rank
our top 10 favorite? Yeah.
Famous Janets. Let's get something good here. Janet Carroll, never heard of her. Janet Gardner, no. Janet Leigh, she was in. Was that
Dude, I don't think we should go through 10 o'clock talking about this because we've just been talking around in circles tonight.
Hang on.
If this is not our best podcast, we're sorry. We're usually better than. Do you guys think we're usually better than this?
Yeah, there's not a lot of good Janets.
Oh, she says hell no to the dirty podcast. What if he makes a lot of money? Okay. You can make a lot of money. We're not, but other people, we're not yet. We will. And we're going to do good things for the community when we do. Mark my words. And Melanie says, I don't care. And you guys are all coming up with us. I don't care what he does in his free time, but his ass will go to college and is going places. I got to tell you, if I had a kid right now, I would not tell them to go to college. I would tell them to start their own business or become a tradesman.
Pottery salesman. Door to door.
That too. And he says, Fred's Janet. Nope, that's Janice. And I like hanging out with y'all. Oh, we love hanging out with you.
Yay!
Although I was confused by the whole twerking llama thing today, but
Well, we were entertained by that, even though we did not understand it. We were okay.
We didn't understand it, but it was beautiful.
And it was
a story we told last night.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Good
okay, so We're streaming. Oh, Bill's. Oh, so you'll notice I talk about natural health a lot. You'll notice that I talk about conspiracies a lot, dark humor. I think we've gone there several times tonight. We're sorry. We're going to hell. If you'd like to join us, continue to watch this podcast. For heaven, exit quickly. But my friend got me this prayer quilt. I'm super excited about it, but I just don't feel like it's big enough. I feel like I need one that would cover the entire globe.
Yeah.
3 or 4 times. Then there might be hope for me, but it meant a tremendous
well, because
amount it really did. It meant a tremendous amount to me. Like more than she will probably ever know. And it's weird. I haven't cried about it. Like at some point I'm just going to like grab the damn thing and cry all over it and have an allergic reaction because there's like little dog hair on it.
Yeah.
But it's just the best gift ever. Well, except the Jeep and your penis. I liked your penis too.
It's a gift that keeps giving.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. And then Boston, well, that's where I'm from. Southwest Florida, that's where we live. Oh, there's shit going on in Boston again.
Like what?
Everybody's going to lost their fucking minds. I don't even remember what it was today. Oh, the Celtics are doing really well.
Celtics apparently have are either winning or way ahead because I just saw something pop up. And it's game. Sorry, if they win, they advance. It looks like the finals 113-98. They advance, win the series 4-1 over Cleveland. Bring on whoever's next.
Okay.
Go green. Yes.
Well, I got to tell you that there was a story out of Marshfield.
There was, but it was very confusing what the hell was going on.
So supposedly there was an incident at a bus stop, which is also near the Starbucks.
And a gun fell to the ground or something.
So this is my best approximation of it is that there's an apartment complex behind there, and I think it's public housing. And then there's a which is funny because Zach has a friend he likes to watch over there that goes walking.
Yeah.
In some fancy outfits. Anyway, there's a what is it? There's a Starbucks there, and I think that they have a bus stop there. So apparently there was some sort of altercation
at the bus
stop. And a gun was dropped.
Like it wasn't drawn; it was like dropped
or something like that. So people spread rumors that there was an active shooter, and they locked down one of the schools and terrified the children. Like,
it wasn't good.
Come on, people. Like we have to start like.
But then again, if you're gonna bring your kid to a bus stop, why are you bringing a gun? But I guess if you carry, right? If you
were you a cop,
we don't know. We don't know what the hell happened.
You're carrying a large amount of cash. You live in that neighborhood. It's not the best neighborhood.
What, that neighborhood?
Yeah, it's not the best neighborhood.
It's a perfectly fine neighborhood.
There's crime there. There's been crime there. Like
not a gun crime.
Apparently there is, as is evident today. They locked down the middle school or whatever school it was. I don't know. I think that that's bullshit. And I think that we've been on to something here for quite some time, or at least I have. I'm dragging him along. And that is, we all need to be kind to one another. We need small community. We need to stop this. If you're going to use the internet, use it for good, not evil. Use it to bring people together, not divide them.
Yeah, 30 podcasts.
Love everybody.
What the hell?
Let me tell you something. If I give you a hard time, it's because I love you. If I don't give you a hard time, I don't love you. I realize that sets the stage for an abusive relationship. I'm sorry, that's not what I'm going for.
Like, well, we were talking anti-bullying before. Now you're like giving people a hard time. So yes, there's a difference.
Please know that I'm joking 99% of the time. Excuse me, unless I'm saying something nice about you. And I truly believe everybody, no matter who they are, no matter what they've done, has good in them. And I believe that the solution to 99.9% of life's problems is love. And the thing that people don't realize is the more I give to others, the more love I feel, the better I feel by doing that. So yeah, I mean, like it's nice to, work really hard and go on trips and have nice things or impress your friends or whatever, I guess. And it's really nice. I would love to go do cool stuff. That would be awesome. But you know what's even better, and it's totally fucking free, is being nice to people. Just be nice. Just be nice.
Starting a place of good.
I don't know. So that's some hippie bullshit for the night. And also, let's start a hippie commune /cult, and I will run it. I don't have to run it, but it was reset. There were a few people that were rather insistent that I should be in charge, which is concerning.
That is concerning.
I mean, it's concerning that anybody watches this podcast. There's a fucking warning on the bottom of the screen.
There is. But yet, no, these people are rebels. They just look at that and they're like, no, that doesn't pertain.
Well, there you go. So we talked about, where's Hunter's trending? Apparently somewhere in DC, there was a small container of cocaine found, like a half a bag or something. And people are like, was it Hunter Biden's or is it a joke? But then people are saying Hunter Biden's missing. And I even saw one article that said Hunter Biden overdosed on crack. Who the fuck knows?
Talk about bullying.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
How do you think Hunter Biden overdosing on crack would affect this election?
It'll be I don't think it would affect the election. Actually, yeah, I don't think it would. I don't think it would affect the election. It would be,
I think people would be sympathetic. I think
I don't think a lot of people have sympathy anymore. If they're going to vote for the guy, they're going to vote the guy. I don't think there's some Trump supporter sitting there. Well, his son dead. I'm going to vote for him. I don't think that's ever going to happen.
I think families of addicts, particularly addicts who have died, or any family of an addict, and any addict can understand what that is and what that pain would look like to a family. It could really help him politically.
Well, his wife died, and then he ended up getting married 2
God,
2 years later, and
they
made up stories about his wife Jill Biden being the nanny, and that wasn't true.
I don't believe there's a lot of. I think. Listen, I don't trust anything I see. I don't trust anything I read. We're demonstrating that right here. We fucking try to follow what's going on in the world, and we cannot. Hard we try, find the truth about much of anything these days. We can be like, oh, I saw this. I have no idea if it's true. Like, that's our new trend. I have no idea if that's true. We're just gonna sit here and make shit up. It really doesn't matter because people will fucking watch like the most idiotic fucking shit on the internet. Like, I can't believe the stuff that these people have like 50 million followers, and it's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. And like, we're like, I mean, don't get me wrong, like we're doing great, but like we're working really fucking hard. They just have some sort of kitten like bouncing a cat.
You don't know what people are gonna find funny or entertaining or whatever.
But we bring you never know what's gonna happen here, mostly because we have no structure. Because we both have fucking ADD. So we talked about that. Is the Bills, have they done anything?
Schedule came out today for next year.
They're coming to Miami in the fall.
They're coming to Miami like week 3, 4, something like that. 5, maybe something.
That's like in August.
It's a Thursday night game. No, it's in. It'll probably be early October.
That might be cheap to get tickets to, or we could win tickets. Well, let's manifest.
Let's call into the radio station and
let's manifest. We could get press tickets. No, seriously, we can.
Oh, we do a Buffalo Bills centric. We do mention the Bills like almost every night.
We hashtag them every night.
Yeah.
Press pass to go to Bills game. It's like a thing you apply for in the state of Florida.
Yeah.
And it's a tax write-off for us.
Yeah.
Did you just take a screenshot?
No, not at all. No.
Okay, so Andrew Tate's trending again.
Yeah.
I don't even know what he's trending about, but I saw that there were like 50 posts from him today.
Yeah.
He had gotten arrested. He kind of went into resurgence for like a while there. He was like hiding out like a turtle, and he's back. And I think it's going to be.
Who are we talking about now?
Andrew Tate.
Oh, I get all these people confused. I get Jordan Peterson, Andrew Tate. Is he the little skinny, scrawny guy?
Andrew Tate, or
who's the one? Ben Shapiro. That's what I'm thinking of. I get them all mixed up.
Okay, so I don't know that Ben Shapiro is skinny and scrawny, but he's the Hasidic Jew that did a rap video with Tom something. His last name is escaping me.
Segura.
Not Tom Segura. In any case, it was called Facts. It was a good song. I want to say Tom Milmore, but it wasn't
Tommy.
Tommy Milmore. We never got through the Janet thing, so we talked about just regular Janets, but I was going to talk about Janet Jackson, but that's all right. So Andrew Tate, it seems to be back for some reason.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that reason is, but it's always interesting to watch. People get so upset about things that he says, and they don't realize that if you just fucking ignore him, he's going to go away.
Oh, no, there's a lot of people like that.
It's like, just ignore him. He'll go away. The more, but they're making money on being mad. Like, people are like, hey, I'm going to be mad at this guy on the internet, and I'm going to make money doing it. As a matter of fact, That's what's going to happen to us. That's our goal.
Somebody will get so mad that they come up with a show.
We want there to be 50 channels that do nothing but mock us. That is our life goal.
She's got rope hair.
Oh my God. Well, we basically know that happens.
Yeah,
like we know.
We do. They do that to our face.
We know how people feel about us. Like, you think that we don't know? Like, no matter how polite you are, we don't.
Some people love us, and some people just, that's not. They don't like. But that's all right.
We
Whatever.
know how you feel. It's okay.
You do you.
Although some people are just fucking downright rude.
Rude.
And some people like will respectfully like have different like points of view. Like Kristen, like we have different lives. That's okay.
But you can.
She wouldn't want my life. I wouldn't want her life.
Yeah.
But we both are very happy, and I'm very happy for her, and I assume she's very happy for me. You're just different.
Nobody wants to be you because they know that I'll have sex with them and injure them.
Oh boy. I think she's in much better shape than I am, but I don't think that her husband would appreciate.
No, I don't have any interest in injuring anybody else.
Oh, thank you. Just me.
Saying,
you just want to injure me. I appreciate
go big or go home. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. I'm going to be in big trouble for that one. Rogan's trending.
Why?
Because the Fear Factor guy is apparently the king of the world. Like, this is another fucking example. If you don't want Rogan to have all this power, then stop fucking promoting his shit. Like, Rogan wouldn't be where he is today if it weren't for the media being like, Joe Rogan says, Joe Rogan. And do you know how many people started watching Rogan? Because they said, sure. And then of course there's people out there that believe that Joe Rogan is perhaps a plant, a psyops. I don't know. He's from Newton. Newton is a little sketchy.
I used to like watching a show. It really depends on the guest, but like I'm a little tired of it. Like
I'm sick of I don't want to watch any more UFC stuff. And like I'm UFC'd out, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm just not that interested in it. And there's some stuff that I'm liking, but there's not as many guests that I'm like familiar with, like that draw me in.
It's more about, like for me anyways, it's more about the guests because then the interaction's good and all that stuff. And then if it's a guest that I'm not interested in.
Yeah. Well, the thing that's interesting for me is a lot of podcasts that I chose to watch were because I saw a clip on short form,
right?
Which is what we're hoping it's going to happen for us because
someone to see one of our short form.
Yeah, we're going short form out to right now. It's a pain in the ass because there's a glitch in it, but we're going to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. I don't understand Threads, and I think we need to do Discord too, and like Rumble.
It's the first I'm hearing a Discord. So
yeah, I don't even know, but we're supposed to get onto all of them. So
what about the dark web? Can we get on the dark web?
I'm pretty sure we're on the dark web. I'm sure on the dark web they're like gathering information about us. They're like, they live in Florida. They're from Massachusetts.
It's rain.
Their names are Doug.
They went to the beach.
Their social security numbers.
They're going to see Muck Sticky.
Blah 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 blah. How funny would it be if I just like spouted off a social security number, like of someone I don't like.
Somebody you know. Yeah,
someone I know. Somebody I used to know. You could
remember that like 6 month span where you couldn't go anywhere without hearing that song?
Yes. I also remember like a very long span of my life where I had people in my life that did such terrible things to me that I probably should have sold their social security numbers, but I didn't.
Although we did look one of them up on Ashley Madison when that whole thing happened.
Well, we found one on Ashley Madison, and we found one with quite an extensive financial failure history. Which is interesting because I was paying all of his bills. So that's always funny.
Oh, yeah. So
I make dumb choices sometimes. Okay, we got to wrap up. Natasha Lyonne is trending. So anyway, if you don't like Rogan, stop promoting. If you don't focus on the things you want, not the things you don't want. We're going to focus on the things we want. I like Rogan. I think he's an interesting guy. I'd like his format to be tweaked a little, but I would like mine to be a little bit more like his. Like there's challenges with both of them, but I do love him. And then Natasha Lyonne is trending because she's going to be part of I think the Fantastic Four or the Furious Five.
I'm happy for her. I think she's been through some stuff, and
if you have not seen her in Slums of Beverly Hills, that movie is unbelievable. Do you remember it? Marissa Tomei.
I remember it. I don't remember it to that degree. And
Alan Arkin's in it, and who's that other fucking? There's so many fucking people in it, but Marissa Tomei and fucking Natasha Lyonne and Alan Arkin in that movie.
Those are three people I really like.
Oh my god, it's so good. There's a scene where Marissa Tomei is dancing with a vibrator with Natasha Lyonne in their underwear. And it's Natasha Lyonne's dad, and she's going like this with the vibrator, and he walks in. Was she pretending to fuck herself? She was pretending to fuck herself. You should see that movie. Oh, and then there's the part where like the dad is kissing the cousin, which is like her niece.
Don't remember this movie at all. I know I've seen it, but I don't remember it.
Melissa Tomei kisses Alan Arkin, and yeah, it's
Adam Arkin or Alan Arkin,
the guy that died in Little Miss Sunshine.
Oh, that's Alan. Yeah,
Alan Arkin. Yeah, he's amazing in it. I don't know.
He's dead now. We miss him.
I've never seen anything that he's been in that I didn't love.
Oh, Alan Arkin?
Yeah,
he's great in everything. Yeah, and so was Natasha, and so was Marissa. Yeah, they're those are three good ones.
The Hard Rock is trending. I guess one of the Hard Rocks in Vegas is closing.
Oh, they're closing it, but then they're taking over. I thought they were taking over the Mirage. I think they're taking over the Mirage. So I think they're closing the one that they have and opening on the Strip, because that's a prime piece of property, and that's where Siegfried and Roy used to be, and they used to be the animals and all this stuff. So I guess they're kind of refurbing all that, getting rid of the animals and things like that.
You know, it's funny. I've never been to Vegas, and I really wanted to go.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go to like, there were places I was like always interested in, like going to the Playboy hotel. And like staying in one of the bougie suites, or like going to Hard Rock, or I really want to go to like old Vegas. Like I would love, like I've never actually thought of this before, but I would totally consider living in like an old Vegas mid-century home. I would totally do that.
Yeah, I don't know how much of it's left. I don't know.
Think about that. If we moved to like Florida's great. I fucking love Florida. But like if we moved to fucking Vegas and had like a cool ass fucking ranch with like a pool, that was like totally mid-century, like untouched.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
With like a fucking swirling sofa. Like that's the dream right there. Like, do you think, how much do you think it would cost to have something like that reproduced? Because you probably couldn't even buy it.
Reproduced. Yeah, you would. Yeah, it would. Yeah.
Millions.
I don't know, millions, but
that would be cool as shit.
Because those houses weren't that big, right? And there wasn't that much to them, right? The mid-century stuff.
A lot of celebrities are moving there now. They're either moving to Vegas or they're moving to Texas.
Yeah.
Because the taxes, the proximity to California.
Yeah.
Let's go to Mexico. We can go surfing in Cabo.
I don't surf. I can't swim.
Yeah, but could you imagine how happy I would be?
What? How do you know there's no dolphins there?
It doesn't matter. I'm just happy when I'm in the water. Haven't you noticed?
What if?
You just have to put me in water and I'm fine. I swear to God, I'm autistic.
Just add water. I was lucky enough. When did we go to Vegas? 92, I believe. And then went to Old Vegas before it was all like covered up, Fremont Street. Because they would give like something like 100 times odds on craps, which was like the only way to get like a player advantage in all of gambling. So we went over there, and it was still like the old school. Like they sell the old felts. They had the old, like there was like worn wooden thing, you know, like whereas all the new ones are all glitzy and stuff, right? But back then it was the Old Vegas, what they call Old Vegas, is not on the Strip. So it was pretty cool to see that.
Remember the house in Ocean's 11 with the guy?
House in Ocean's 11.
Oh, it was, what's his name? The guy. Oh my God, I wish I could remember. There's a scene in Ocean's 11, and they go to this house with this guy to get this money, and it's this like palatial ranch, or like the one that fucking De Niro had in Casino.
Yeah.
Like something like that. I don't want a golf course. I just want a really cool pool. And then have like a mid-century home and be close to Vegas to be able to go do stuff. You can fly to anywhere from Vegas cheap.
Yeah, because so many people go to Vegas.
I'm just saying. You can always get a flight into or out of Vegas. And there's no income tax.
You'll have a sore throat the whole time you're there.
Why?
I did. It's so goddamn dry. It's insane dry. Like it's the desert.
I love Florida, but I could do without the
what? The moist?
The soup.
It was very soupy today. We asked Google what the temperature was.
It's like 90.
It's 85, but feels like 99 with the humidity.
I think it was like 90, but it was like, it feels like 99. It might have been 89.
It was 80 something.
It was like high or low 80s or low 90s,
but felt like 99.
Felt like 99. That's terrifying.
And I opened the front door to get a package, and I'm like, yeah, it kind of does. But
you were the chocolate chips. We needed to open the chocolate chips to see if they worked.
What do you mean? See if they didn't melt?
Go get the chocolate chips. We'll do an unboxing, a chocolate chip unboxing.
That'll be exciting.
Oh, it's 10 o'clock.
Oh, it's 10. All right. Well, why don't we talk about what we're grateful for?
Wait. So on Wednesdays, you're supposed to wear pink. I'm wearing a pink, what do you call this? A muumuu, because I never got dressed today because our company was at Disney.
Oh, my face is a little pink.
And I love them, and I'm so glad they're here, but I just,
I hope they're having a good time. And I know that she was watching the show, and I forgot
they're out, and I'm happy about it. What's that?
I hope they're having a good time.
I hope they are too.
Yeah.
I'm like I said, a little jealous. I meant to text her to tell her to go. Oh my God, if you're still watching, she's not because the park's closing. Well, the park's closing. If you're watching, go to Disney Springs, go see the Lego shit, get a Dole Whip flight. You get 3 Dole Whips for $7, and you can share them.
One for each of you.
That would be the best money you've ever spent. You'll be so glad you do it. It's a perfect way to end the night.
But they might want to get on the road because they've had a long day.
That's true too.
They left here at some sort of 5 o'clock in the morning.
Well, that's true too.
All right.
Okay, so you know what I would do? I would Uber back and forth. I love a good Uber. Okay, so Hard Rock closing on Wednesdays. We were pink. I got pink on gratitude. Every night we do what we're grateful for. And we hope you'll join us on the gratitude because we just think it's an important part of life. It's just like, being grateful for what you have. And sometimes we can go on a tirade. We're human beings. Like, I get annoyed with cyclists, but we're not going to run them over. We're just going to tell them to buy a Peloton. I'm a work in progress. So we have tonight 44 amazing fucking people. We're so grateful for all of you guys. Over on Twitter, we have 32 people. And then it looks like a few over on Facebook, and people have been popping in and out. We appreciate all of you. We're so grateful that you're here. If you could do us a favor, follow us on the other socials. We will follow you back. We're trying so hard to grow the podcast, make it better and better for you guys. Everything that you do helps us so much right now. And when you comment, like, share, tell a friend. If you tell a friend, that's like the best. Oh my God. One thing you could do is invite people to follow the podcast. Holy shit. That would be unbelievable.
It's called an invite.
I think you have to do that from your personal page. Thank you, Todd, for being here. Oh, little Tommy Milmore
was here.
Nick Williams, if you need a roof, Nick's your guy. Randall, of course, is here. Hey, Randall. He's been doing a lot of driving today. Shall go Bills. Of course.
And all our master haters.
Tracy, Platty, Ann, of course, yep. Nicole, Kristen, who's at Disney World, live from Disney World, best house guest. I don't know. I think we're running a pretty good tie right now. You know what? Here's the thing. They were doing so good, but they're a little too perfect. They're losing points.
So now they're losing points for being too perfect.
Too perfect.
Just like me in the bedroom.
Although I did go outside today, and Slate's shirt's like out on the front lawn. Like it's on the chair.
Oh, you had like a little encampment out there. Yeah.
But like if okay, you left a shirt. I don't care. I seriously don't care. But like, I could be like, oh yeah, you left a shirt out there. If I was trying to be a curmudgeon, you left a shirt out there. I don't give a fuck.
No, we don't.
Put your shirt wherever you want.
Yeah,
you can hang your shirt from every window in my house for all I fucking care.
There's a towel over there. He left.
I just don't.
To dry on the.
You can do that. That's okay. We don't care. I don't care.
We don't give a crap. Anyway.
But people there are people in the world who are nutty fucking OCD idiots. They get upset about every little fucking stupid thing. And those are terrible people. And I think I used to be one. And I'm sorry for that. Oh, thank you.
You have grown.
I'm trying to be the best.
I am thankful for the people that showed up tonight. I am thankful for.
I hope I got everybody. Todd White.
The air conditioning, because otherwittle otherwise I would have been uncomfortable.
Oh, Melanie. We almost forgot Melanie.
Melanie was here. Yeah. All kinds of people.
Okay. You're thankful for air conditioning. Yes. Air conditioning. I'm thankful it cooled down.
It cooled down. We had a nice breeze out here tonight. It stopped raining.
I'm thankful my eye feels better. I'm sad that my makeup isn't coming till next week and my contacts are coming tomorrow. And if my contacts come tomorrow, after we have to leave, we have a problem.
Right. Well,
unless Kristen and the kids are here and they can get them, but
we don't know what they're up to tomorrow.
No, we don't. I think that they're probably going to.
Tomorrow night we're at the Muck Sticky show up in Bradenton. I believe. So. Yeah. And looking forward to it, but I hope your hip feels better that you can actually go and enjoy a show.
I'm really hoping so, but if not, you may have to drive. Tiny possibility. Teeny tiny possibility. You may have to drive. I'll just take an ibuprofen. Let's make me take one ibuprofen tomorrow night before we leave.
Okay.
That can't be the worst idea. I don't like you guys. That's like the big drugs for me is ibuprofen because I can't take cannabis and drive, and Doug doesn't like to drive. So I'm thankful for our company. They've been amazing. I'm thankful for the amazing day at the beach yesterday. I'm thankful for you being so helpful today and the snack that you're going to get me after the podcast, especially because you were mean and you made me sad. But you did apologize. I appreciate it. But I would like a little repair. And then like a patchwork, like a, it'll never be the same, but you can put like a little tire repair.
Yeah, but you'll have the scars and it makes you a better person.
The best. Don't say that. That's like abuse talk.
No, remember yesterday we were talking about all the stuff you like everybody's been through, but it makes you who you are.
Well, you become stronger because you're overcoming it. It didn't make you stronger. You made yourself stronger, and you have to realize how powerful that is.
Yeah. I have a couple of thankful, and the best part, my favorite part of the program was what Tracy had for dinner. I'm thankful I can help and be there for everyone I love. My uncle comes home from the hospital tomorrow. All right, sending good vibes out to the uncle. And Tracy says, y'all, I'm turning into a pumpkin. I need my bed.
We're going to sleep right now.
I'm beyond thankful for both of you, and I'm grateful for the community we are building here. And I'm thankful for my foot getting better. Not 100%, but it's better.
Oh, good, girl. I've been thinking about you all day.
I'm thankful for the breakfast for dinner, and I'm thankful for bed. Oh, breakfast for dinner. Like right now,
I was actually going to ask you to make me one of the Thanksgiving quesadillas, but I would eat pancakes. That would be fine. Gluten-free, of course. Gluten-free. Love you guys. Yeah. Hopefully with blueberries.
Yeah, we got some blueberries. We can do that.
Guys.
We'll see you Friday for Jackbox.
Friday, no podcast tomorrow. Tell your friends, but be here on Friday. Jackbox gets crazy.